Hello and welcome in. Hello. Happy Friday, friends. If you celebrated Thanksgiving, I hope that it was enjoyable. If you didn't, I still hope that you went into a food coma because you deserve it. Hello, friends. How we doing? Do I hear gobbling? Eventually. You know, that sounded really weird. That sounded a little sus. Just a little bit. A break. Thank you for the 27 months. Holy hell. Yeah, you said it. You said it. I repeated it. I hate it here. Okay. Tom, I swear to God. Tom, what is wrong with you? Oh, you sick bastard. Kooky, thank you for the subs. All right. I got to be honest, it's going to be a little tough tonight. It's going to be a little tough. This outfit is not very forgiving. It's warm. That's me. You sick son of a bitch. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Hello. Oh, hello. Hello. All right, I'm having to do this every stream and I need to figure out why. I'm having to reset my cam every single time. Did I go? I have not been out physically Black Friday shopping in I can't tell you how long, dude. It's been quite a long time. Quite a long time. All right. I think we're good. Tech issues? No, it's weird. It's like it fixes itself immediately. Immediately. But for some reason, I don't know. It just keeps happening. But it's fine. Hi. More of a Monday. Honestly, I don't even pay attention. If I see a good deal, then I will go after it. Yeah. Aren't you cute? Stop. It's really warm. Lizard. It's really warm. So we'll see how long I last in this. You look comfy. It's comfy. It is comfy, but it is warm AF. So I have a fan closer than normal. Yeah. It's the real deal. Stop it, Ron. Nocturnal, thank you. Listen. Want to flick my beak? Don't do that. Although I know what I don't like, Tom. I don't like, look. For me to shit, look, I got to do this. Look. it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's the best I could find. It's fine. It's fine. It'll do, pig. It'll do. Shrine. Oh, if you guys type ! enter, there's a one for a sticker. So I made the Thanksgiving merch available. I said 24 hours. What I meant was basically this stream. So it is available. It is open. If you want it, it's there. After tonight's stream, it is being disabled so that it's only through the wheel the next stream. Just so you guys are aware. Jace, thank you for the tier 2 for 11 months. Poison, thank you for the biddies. Love the turkey on stream. Oh, well, can you see what's over to my right? Can you see that? It's like a unicorn turkey. Yeah, I know. The little nose guy right there. Oh, hey, thank you for the 3 months. I can tell you, though, it's going to be rough. I'm probably going to be sweating up a storm tonight, but we'll see. Jerk! GG's enjoyed the sticker. Gladiator, thank you for the biddy, dude. I appreciate it. Sephiroth, thank you for the 11 months. I got turned down a little bit. Nice gobble theme you got there. Thanks. You know, we do what we can from time to time. We do what we can. Okay. There we go. There we go. Daitaro, how are you, friend? Good to see you. Chicken leg, hello. Withering Witch, hi. Shorty. Hello. Mr. J, Faithron, Jerk, Cosmic, Wolf, Tommy Tob. I think I love the most you always rock the captain. That's part of the gig. If anything, I have an idea with that. And I think my idea is if I am able to find a hat that is like a baseball hat, but is in the theme of whatever it is that we're doing, I do it. So like for Shrek, what I did was I found a Shrek baseball hat that had the ears. Perfection. I need to find more of that, to be honest with you. So that's kind of my goal. Oh crap, it's going to be the wrong playlist. There we go, I'll fix it. Hi, Coolio, how are you? Gladiator, thank you. Give it a biddy, dude. I appreciate it. Hi, the Walrus. Yeah, it's all of us. Gobble flash for okay, all right. Listen. And there's also no mustard pancakes. You need to relax yourselves. Although we are doing viewer games today. That has nothing to do with mustard pancakes, but it felt like a really good segue. So because we were doing this tonight, I was like, well, I'm not going to be sweating games and like doing no evidence runs and who knows what. I was like, shit, this is the we should just do the viewer games tonight. F it. So we're doing them tonight. We're doing it live. Hi, Izzy. Welcome in. Amazon is your friend, dude. That Amazon guy, I'm surprised I don't know them by name yet. Viewer games, yes. Bring some mustard pancakes if I get in. Awesome. Great. That's so good. Must do them when I'm working. Listen, I try to vary when I do them, whether it's on a Friday, a Sunday, during the day, during night, whatever it is for me or for you. So I try to change it up from time to time. Yeah. What are the chances of mustard pancakes being a goal in December? Does it always have to be something edible? At a Christmas party. Hey, you know what? To be fair, we had a holiday thing recently too. To be fair. Chicken? What the fuck? I mean, to be fair, it's a little difficult to tell I'm a turkey, but come on now. Come on now. Got a home gym on Black Friday. Holy shit. Mac and cheesy. Good Lord. I think what I'm going to look for, I'm going to look for like a cyber deal on a TV. I know for some reason TVs have somehow missed inflation. I don't know what happened there, but we need a new one for my kid because his, like the backlight was going out on half of it. But I was like, shit, I'll wait for this weekend and I'll just do it then. Probably find something decent. Always watch the YouTube streams and videos. Now I get a chance to see the live. Well, I'm so glad that you are here for the first time during this live. I'm so excited. Thank you for being here. Got it for $750. You said it was over $2,000 off. That's crazy. So you're saying we suggest a shot? Oh, okay. All right. That's too soon, dude. That's a little too soon. That's too soon. Hi, Courtney. Thanksgiving was amazing. We had thanks. So my wife did, there's so many blank givings. So my wife did soups giving where her and her friends basically had a bunch of soup. We had Thanksgiving, which was awesome and amazing per the usual. And then we did trash giving tonight. If you guys don't know what trash giving is, that's just where you basically make it look like a Talladega Nights dinner where you have like all the trash food you can think of. And then we have Friendsgiving tomorrow. So endless. Got a knife set for $58 originally. Ooh, nice. I need a new knife set now that you say that. Mom and I ended up buying a Christmas tree as part of the Black Friday sale. Hey, there you go. Dude, Christmas trees are expensive. Thank you guys for the hype train. Thank you so much for all those subs, friends. Heather, thank you for the 13 months. I believe that the 35% off 5 gifted goes until the 1st. I think. Got a bag of Squishmallows. Ooh, for how many you can fit? Oh, nice. That's cool. Fit 9 in the bag for like $25. That's pretty damn good. You can sell those things for a pretty penny. My kid loves Squishmallows. Oh, she loves them. After all that food you won't eat for the dude. My wife and I are already talking about it. We're like, okay, so we're just having salads for like the rest of December, right? Need to get his card so I can get our. Oh no! You're good. You're good, Taylor. Thank you for the 5 subs, friend. Breezy, welcome in. We are doing viewer games tonight, so I'll let you guys know when it starts, when the queue opens, all that jazz. I will keep you guys posted. It is obviously not open right now, but I'll let you know. Drifter, hello. Copper, hi, friend. Ellie, thank you for the subs, friend. Worst month for salad. Cold food, cold weather. I know, but listen, I love a good salad. I don't care what anybody says. Here I am eating leftover scalloped potatoes and salad right now. Hey, that's pretty good. I'm not a big fan of scalloped potatoes, but listen, leftovers are leftovers. That's what we did for lunch. We got to get rid of the food. Although I made sure to save a little bit of literally everything. A little bit of literally everything. This has every bit of Thanksgiving that we had. Every bit of it. I'm talking turkey, squash casserole, mashed potatoes, gravy. What else is in? There's everything. Pumpkin pie. It looks awful. Yeah, it certainly does. After I put it in there and there was some liquid in there, I was like, yeah, that looks rough. Yeah. Yeah. So that'll happen later. Bullet time? Listen, if enough people are like, please don't do it, don't get me wrong. I just won't do it. But I said I would. I'm a man of my word. Made gumbo to go with Thanksgiving dinner. Eating it all day. Oh, a good gumbo can last you a long time. Kench, thank you for the 10 months. The texture, dude. Yeah, it's not going to be great. Please don't. Everybody's sitting there stuffed beyond belief from Thanksgiving over the past day or two. And they're just, please stop. Please just don't do it. Please. It's a pass. It's a pass. I will do it. Maybe wishing for the rant. I don't, it's hard to say. What if it's good? Screw myself by suggesting this, but should increase the amount needed for the king of the stream since it's now easier to get in points. I'm still back and forth about that. But what I'm back and forth about is like, if I increase, like, okay, could I possibly increase it? Yes. But what I want to do is I want there to be an actual physical reward. So like when you get the Stream King redeem, I want there to be like a sticker that you get that only you can get by redeeming it through that. So we'll see. Hard to say. I'm back and forth. Oh, also, I'm talking to the person that is working on my Guess the Ghost stuff. The same person I'm getting to work on a viewer games bot thing. So there's adjustments being had. We're working on it, man. Finally making steps. Warrior, hello, friend. How are you? Listen, I've already eaten my dinner. I don't want it to come back up. Please, no. Cap, thank you for the follow. So don't do it yet, even though I'm almost 50K away. I mean, my goal would probably be to go back through those that have it and message them, not like only new ones. Do you know what I mean? So if you redeemed it, you'd be okay. You'd be okay. You were sick on your birthday. I'm sorry, dude. Well, I mean, I hope that you got to celebrate in some way, shape, or form. Just joined What's Changing. Oh, no fear. It's just like little things here or there about the way that we do stuff. Yeah. So like instead of joining the queue via command, my goal is later to have you guys join the queue via channel points. So I'm working on stuff. It's already warm as shit, guys. This is not good. This is not good. I'm going to go ahead and open Phas though. How about that? Let's do that. My Thanksgiving was great. If you guys celebrated, I hope that you also had a great Thanksgiving. Yeah. Moose, thank you for the 13 months, homie. I'm cooking. Demon, it's not good. It's not good. Fan is blasting on me right now. It's not enough. It's not enough. If it's too warm, I will make sure to... Okay, this is not even close to Princess. You're playing the role of the stuffing? You get too warm and you're going to be all dry and no one wants that. Okay. All right. That's too much. That is too much. Fishy buns. Hey, my cursor is there. Let's go. The suit needs a little built-in AC. Oh, that'd be nice. I do have a zipper, so I mean, I can get some air if I need it. Yeah. If I need it. Are you like a turducken? Yeah. All right. I was having a problem where my cursor wasn't showing up the other day, and I fixed it by going to go pick something up. It was weird. Wear like a cape instead. Just have the hood over your head and then the rest of it flowing down. I could do it like that, but no, like I'm gonna try to do the long haul. I'm gonna try to wear this as long as I can. When it becomes too much, we'll figure it out. Or cut the bottom half off. Literally chop it in half. Let some air flow through. Yep. 100%. 100%. Okay. I am going to do a little warm up. Make sure that everything's running smoothly. Get a neck fan. And then after we do that, then I'll open the queue and everything. Suffer for the entertainment. Yeah, I know my boundaries. If it's too much, then I'll stop. Ooh, we're almost level 300. Let's go. It's cold out. Being toasty is the goal. Yeah, but it's toasty in my room. You think ghosts like turkey? We're about to find out. Yikes. Taking the hood off will make it feel less hot. Yes, but then you can't see the stuff. You can't see the stuff. I have not done it in VR recently. No, I would love to though. I would absolutely love to. Okay. You know what? We're going to start out at Comfy Wheelers. Let's do that. And then after this game, we're going to open up the queue. So the queue's not open yet, friends. Just a heads up. Copper. Oh shit. I didn't reset the goal thing. Whoops. That's a whoopsie. That is a whoopsie. I'm just going to leave it for now. I'm going to leave it so we can get moving. I don't want you guys to have to wait longer. If we join in viewer games, are we allowed? Of course you are. Yeah, it's your game. You're allowed to do whatever you please, friend. Absolutely. I don't put restrictions. I don't say like, if you're playing, you can't do that kind of stuff. No, I don't care. You know what's really funny? I totally was going to bring this up and I totally forgot to. Drifter! You guys, what the hell is going on? I need to bring this up. There was some like, I say X drama, but I don't even know if I'd call it drama. I would just call it a extraordinarily shitty take on streaming. Withering Witch! Thank you for the biddies, friend. Drifter, thank you so much for the subs, dude. God damn. It's the there was just a really, really awful take. I don't know. And I feel like I want to just, I want to bring it up because I feel like you guys need to hear it. Because I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I know what the rest of Twitter's thoughts are. You know what I'm going to say. Yeah. You know exactly what I'm going to say. So with I don't want to give them I mean, I know that I retweeted and all that stuff with a comment, but I don't want to give more attention to it. I'll just say what it says. I'll just say what it says, and then you guys can decide what you feel about it. They tweeted out and they said, when it comes to other streamers on Twitch, I don't care about your follow. If you don't come in every now and then and speak, it means nothing. The bare minimum is lurking and racking up channel points. I've unfollowed streamers for not reciprocating support, and I don't feel bad. If that is not one of the shittiest takes on streaming that I've ever heard, I don't know what is. Long story short, they're saying they only give a shit about you if you're active in their chat. If you're active in their chat, then they care. If you're not active, you can fuck right off. Don't care. You're not there to support me, so I'm not there to support you. That's some follow for follow shit. That's like lurk for lurk stuff. I saw somebody else posted a photo of this person going in someone's chat saying, exclamation point lurk going to stream, like exclamation point lurking while I stream. You can eat every shit. Come on, dude. Basically what that is, you can just let that die off. It doesn't like that. It's an awful, awful take. They're not going to get anywhere. They're just not going to get anywhere. It's Twitch etiquette. Their Twitch etiquette is shit. Their outlook on streaming, community, and what matters is shit. I understand that we're all different people and we're all going to have different mindsets going into things. That ain't it. That ain't it. That's why I don't follow many and only listen, I follow a lot. The reason I follow so many is because I hope to catch their streams at some point. That's why I follow somebody. I'm not following somebody because I'm hoping, well, if I follow them, then they're going to follow me back. And then they're going to come in my chat and talk. It's all coming together. Absolute shit. Who are we talking about? Some random person on X. Yeah. They followed me and 50 others for always chatting in their stream and never did. That's crazy. That's crazy. I saw a clip of them shaming basically shaming one of their viewers because the viewer came in and they said like happy Thanksgiving. I can't remember verbatim what it was, but it was basically like happy Thanksgiving. Hey, and they were bringing up the drama of what was going on with their take and saying that people have lives and this and that. And then they immediately pull up their chat history and shame them for only saying so much in their chat. Tone deaf as shit. Crazy. Yeah. Withering Witch. Kev, thank you guys for the biddies, man. Damn. I followed a support. Don't you need a special number of followers to be a partner? You do not need a special number of followers, I believe, to be a partner. You need a certain it has changed so many times. I don't know how many followers you need to be affiliate. I don't remember. It's changed so many times between when I got it and now that I don't know the actual stipulations. It's 25 or 50. I thought it was 50. 25 for affiliate now, so they cut it in half. So 25 followers. Okay, 50. Okay, it's mixed bag. Right now, you only need 75 viewers at a time in your chat within 2 months, I think. Oh, for partner, yeah. They hate me. I lurk in everyone's streams and I only talk if I have a question about the game. Dude, I lurk in so many effing streams because I am working on shit while I enjoy the background noise. If that means I'm not supporting somebody, then they don't have to think of me as supporting them. I don't care. I don't need to go into somebody's stream and be vocal to make sure they understand that they know that I'm there supporting. I am watching somebody because I enjoy their content. I'm not watching somebody with some dire hope that they're going to recognize me coming into their stream and then they come back and do it to me. I could give a fuck. I like them. I watch them because I enjoy their content. I am not there because I want them to come back to me. That is not why you watch somebody. It's crazy. Crazy. I'll preach in a turkey outfit all day. Wild, dude. Absolutely wild. Look at me. I'm supporting. It's crazy, right? Just, I guess, if anything, I bring that up with hopes that if you are a content creator, please don't do that. Don't be them. Don't be them. Don't do that. Just don't. I'm always a lurker. Me too. I lurk so much. I feel bad because if I'm watching somebody and I say something, I feel like I need to say more. Because I'm like, oh, they know that I'm here. Okay, well, now I need to hold a conversation. But if I want to be able to work while watching them, I say nothing. I'm in the shadows. Ah, so happy we set such a different standard. I know. And there's so many amazing creators that do. It's just you have people like this. That like it almost feels like bait. It feels like they're trying to get a rise out of people, but I really don't think that's the case with them. I think this is just how they operate. Which is wild. I'm currently dressed as a lurky turkey. You're damn right. Notice me. You also might not have anything to say. You're just enjoying. Frickin' men. Right. I put on streams and do chores. I'm washing dishes with my phone. I'm washing dishes with my phone up on the frickin' windowsill. I'm not talking. I'm just watching. How'd you get so sidetracked? By reading this shit again. That's how. But anyway, I wanted to bring that up in hopes that if you are a streamer, don't do that. If you're a content creator, just don't. Just don't do that. It's crazy, dude. I do homework with the stream open. Okay, well, don't do that either, because now I'm not going to be very helpful. The turkey's reheated. Rotisserie in this bitch. I'm going to start spinning. Turkey PSA. Yeah. All right. We can keep talking while I do a quick warm up. After the warm up, then we'll do viewer games. Give me time to finish dinner before you ruin it with your smoothie. Oh, okay. What do you mean ruin? Don't you mean enhance? You mean enhance. Enhance. Cluck, cluck. Michaela, what the hell kind of turkeys do you run into? Petition to do viewer nights on Sunday or Monday. Always okay. Well, Arson, listen, there's no matter what day I pick, it is going to be bad for somebody. That's why inevitably, as selfish as this sounds, I just have to pick the days that work best for me. Because if I pick a Sunday, oh, I can only do it during the week. I pick Monday. Oh, well, not that day during the week. Inevitably, it doesn't work. So I sporadically change it. I do Sundays, Mondays, Wednesday, Friday, you name it. I do all kinds of different days. What turkey goes cluck, cluck? That's what I'm saying. I also don't have the answer to that question. Cluck, cluck. Cluck, cluck. Hi, Ann. How are you? Sort of watching whilst playing New Game Addiction. Bannerlord War Sales. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Gobble gobble. Hi, friend. Don't pluck my feathers. What the hell's wrong with you? Listen, they're right here. Leave them alone. I was going to be a hand turkey, but I realized that I wouldn't look anything like a turkey in this frame at all. In the slightest. So I was like, okay, maybe I won't do that. But the hand turkey would have been really funny. Daniel Martinez, crucifix. We need 3 photos and 3 unique videos. I'm probably not going to do a perfect game just so we can keep the ball rolling. Rolling. Those are very American feathers. Oh shit, you're right. Maybe it's, they're French. I don't know. Spooky, thank you for the 10 months. Oh, that's a door. Ooh, hello. McChicken. McChicken. What are you trying to say? Trying to say something? Oh, yeah, I just started. Oh, yeah. This is the first game. Doing a quick little warm-up. Make sure everything's running smoothly. And then after that, we're going to do viewer games. Keep it rolling like a butterball turkey. Okay. Too soon. Too soon. Gobble, gobble. Thank you, Phoenix. Ghosty. Ghosty. I'm helpful. All right. I haven't heard anything yet. We have hiding in here. Nice. 10 degrees. Ooh, I saw my breath. I sensed my breath. Found it. The flu sucks. The flu does suck. I did get my flu shot this year. I feel like last year I did not. You have a very important question. Hit me, dog. Hit me. What's my least favorite ghost? It's really been changing a lot recently because the ghosties, I don't know, they've been so weird. Shade's definitely up there just because they're so lazy and they don't do anything. They don't do much at all. You're supposed to get a flu shot yearly? Yeah. It's a Ure or Shade. Well, okay. You know what? A Ure in the diner is not very fun. Are you... God damn it, chicken leg. That's... Yeah, Phoenix, you're probably right. Had a lazy demon. Eek. Eek. Yeah, I had to get the... Oh, hello. Flu shot, but then I also needed to re-up my tetanus shot as well. It had been a minute. Go. When we played Five Nights at Freddy's, I turned my volume down a little bit so that it wouldn't blast my ear holes. But I turned it back up for this, so now it's loud again. Oh, F those shoes. Let's go. Called dibs on the turkey leg. Hey. Listen, I'm not just a piece of meat, okay? For you to oogle over. Hey, Simply, how are you? Had to re-up your tetanus shot last year after catching your... Oh, no. Yikes. I just... mine re-up was just because I haven't had it in a while. Well, obviously. But... You have to drink a leftover? Oh, that is correct. It is next to me. Ooh, I didn't put the book in a good spot. That's okay. We can see it, though. Nice onesie. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Watch this for a second. Let's mark the orbs. There we go. Which leftover? All of them. Every one of them, Heather. Blended up. Do you have a Twitch closet? No, I have a tub or two. I have a storage system on my back wall, and I have multiple tubs. Can we eat you? Nah, I'm too expensive for you. Looks chunky. It's not good. It's not good. Ghosty's not doing anything. Let's go back. Little Thanksgiving smoothie. Wash it all down. Yeah, it's not going to be very fun. Did you put whipped cream in it with pumpkin pie? I did not put whipped cream. I did put pumpkin pie. Have you ever had food all blended up before? Not that many foods. Definitely not that many. Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Okay, it really doesn't like the book. Give me you. Shut up. Oh, it walked in that one. What am I doing? No feeds. Doesn't look like it. Don't you want to know what's in there? Just picture somebody's Thanksgiving dinner. All of it. Ew. EMF 5. Jesus. Ah, you sneaky beesh. I knew you were going to do it. I knew you were going to do it. I knew it. Oh. Possible Obake, but more than likely a Raiju. Better call its right name. Squirty. Okay, listen here. One of the funniest moments of recent was when I was playing Mimesis with Cheebs and with Kill and with Doc, and we were talking about it in the middle of the game. We were talking about Tom and the squirty cream and stuff, and then all of a sudden, the fake Chiba was inside of the tram talking about squirty cream. So we knew, that's how we knew that it was a fake Cheebs. All right, let's go get this in there. Get one of those, one of these, one of those, one of these, one of those. The Obake has forced UV. However, the Obake can choose not to leave UV. So if it only stepped once and it chose not to leave the footstep that time. There you go. Wait. Or I have EMF 5 and orbs, so it literally can't give me UV because I'm on Nightmare, and I'll just shut the hell up. Sorry, I'm picturing viewer games. We always do professional and viewer games, and I'm playing Nightmare. I'll shut up. Sorry, got turkey on the brain. Ordering pizza? Ooh, we were going to, but we had a bunch of trash food. Well, so let's retrack why it's not Obake. I'm playing on Nightmare and I have EMF and orbs. I'm not going to get another piece of evidence. Oh, nope, already got that. Trash food's the best. Oh, it's so good. Want some turkey? You won't go get it. You won't do it. Oh, I need 3 unique photos. Oh, balls. I need to go get a camera. Had lobster rolls for your birthday this year? Oh, it was the better choice. Ooh, that sounds good. Freaking lobster roll? Shoot. Chlorine, thank you for the 10 months. Came to hop in before writing the lab report. Not what I was expecting to see. Yeah. Yeah, stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Cup Fritz, thank you for the 14 months, friend. Yeah, guaranteed for Raiju, exactly. So that's what we were saying was because I have 2 evidence and I cannot get UV. UV is a forced evidence for Obake, so it has to be a Raiju. Yeah. We're just playing dum-dum, that's all. All right, let's bring a photo camera to get this. I needed to do the crucifix, which we could totally just do with the music box, so we'll do that. Not expected, but very well. Okay. Every time you drop stuff at the door, I think you died. But there's no sounds happening. What do you mean? What do you mean? Give me you. All right, we'll put this one out here. There. Okay. Put this one in there. Photo-wise, I have 0 photos. Okay, do a thing so I can take a picture of the EMF. Do a thing. Hello? Daniel Martinez. Daniel! Hey, Stories. I hope your stream was good. Welcome in. Does the ghost insurance cover salted carpets? No. That's cleanup crew stuff. Hello? Where'd you go? Hello? trying to set the tone, but I guess it doesn't give a shit. All right. Did I see the bone in my travels? F this. F this. Ran into some errors, fix some errors. Oh, nice. Nice. We'll turn you on in a second. I don't know why I felt the need to look over there. I don't know why. What are the odds that it's in this room? I say the odds are pretty high, right? Hey, how are you? Lovely. Absolutely lovely. All 5 photos. Okay, so that's objectives. We know the ghosty. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go. No, thank you. Love the costume. Thank you. I survived Thanksgiving. I wasn't lucky enough to get one of the pardons, but I did escape through the upside down, so we're okay. It's fine. Obake turkey. Looks ready to carve. No. Oh, it is the butcher, isn't it? Oh, shit. All right, let's get out of here. Are we going to cook him later? Stop it. That's enough. The hell's wrong with y'all?
Welcome back.
Nice.
I've prepared some jobs for you.
Very, very nice. Very, very nice. All right. It's open, friends. It's open. So, exclamation point join is how you guys are going to join the queue. It's a very short queue, but for a very good reason. The reason we keep the queue at 5 is so that way people are not sitting in the queue forever. I don't want like some 15, 20 person queue and then you guys have to wait in that queue to play for ages. It gives more people more of a chance. So, fills up whenever I pull people into the games, then more spots will open up. Okay. So the first 3 that are going to be joining are Hockey, Shorty, and Serpent. You 3 are the 3 that are going to be up. So let me get the code.
Welcome back.
Like I said, in the future, I'm going to adjust the way that some of these are done. But for now, this is the easiest way, the best way. But if you guys are curious how we do the viewer games, the way that they work is you guys join the queue if it's open. If it's full, then it's full. Then obviously you can't join. Not yet. Once you're in the queue, you wait for me to call your name. Once your name is called, you go to the server. You go to the server to figure out what the code is. You guys need if you're not already in the server, it is there, friends. Okay. Hockey, Shorty, and Serpent. But yeah, if you guys are curious about the rules, if you do exclamation point rules, you guys will be able to see those. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. 18 plus, have a microphone. If you are, I mean, really rule of thumb is to have it on push to talk, especially if you have a noisy background. But then just be kind, have fun, easy peasy, dude. That's it. All right. But yeah, if you guys don't know where the channel is, you can't see it, in the friendo chat, which is our general chat, it's pinned. In that pin, you guys can see what that channel is. But there we go. Yeah, Serpent, if you're in the server, the friendo chat, it's pinned. Like the channel where to go is pinned. I show and hide that channel whenever we need to, whenever we're doing games. All right, while you guys are joining, I will do the things. All right, go there. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Use Discord chat, the group in a game. Well, the reason we prefer someone have a microphone is because then I need to be able, like, in case I need to communicate with you guys. If you don't have a microphone, I have no way of communicating with you. You know what I mean? Lydia, welcome in. Nice outfit. Thanks. It's Gucci. It's Gucci. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello?
Hi.
I'm doing good. You look fabulous in your
Oh,
turkey outfit.
stop.
So adorable.
Gucci turkey? I was telling people it's made by Gucci. Don't sue me. Hi, Avery.
Hey, you might get some money for that.
How are they try? Ace, you literally get points from just being
That might be
in
your
the
next,
stream.
modeling
How is that a try
career
hard?
right there.
Listen, you know, money's money. You know what I mean? $5 is $5.
Exactly.
Who are we waiting for? We
Hey,
are
you never
waiting
know,
for
Gucci might
Serpent.
call you and be like, hey, can you model our turkey outfit, please?
I'd be down. Absolutely 100%. Let's go. Thank you, Ecliptic. Thank you. Thank you. Birthday's in 2 days. Nice.
Wait for one more.
Hi, Phoenix. Yeah. They're coming. They're getting the code. Serpent, I think Phoenix said that they were going to whisper it to you. Thank you, Phoenix. Oh, I'm already there. Ethereal. Oh, yeah, we're already there. Yep, that's what I was doing when they were joining. Yeah, as soon as they join, we can rock. Whatever your guys are feeling for maps, dude. I'm willing to play whatever today. It no matter.
I'm down to do a lovely Nell's Diner.
Okay. Absolutely.
Hang on, I gotta turn on my family-friendly stuff.
I'm sorry? Family friendly. Shanna, welcome in. How are you?
Turning on my family-friendly stuff.
I don't know what that means.
You'll see.
My Thanksgiving was awesome. My Thanksgiving was wonderful. Nels of the Blood Moon? I mean, I had 2 back-to-back within the past week. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. That didn't sound sinister at all. You know, He said whatever map high school. If they choose it, if they choose to play high school, then it is what it is. I don't care. Whatevs, dude. I don't care. Your first time was a Blood Moon? I'm just glad I finally got it. Over 50 I still haven't gotten a natural Blood Moon on Grafton. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. Peggy! Oh my Lanta. Peggy, thank you for the subs, homie. Oh my God. We do 2 games. We do 2 games for each group. We do professional, so that way people aren't intimidated. It's for fun, man. We're not out here trying to sweat no evidence runs with viewers or anything like that. I think that's too much. That's too much. If it was like a set group that I had and we knew we were doing stuff, then that's one thing. Yeah. What? Okay. Sure. I know how to address that. You had 3 Blood Moons in a row? You bastard. You bastard. Hunter, I'm good. How are you? Avery, thank you for the gifted membership to Beginner. APOC 3 at Nels for viewer games sounds spicy. All of us just dead. All of us just dead. Oh, Serpent, I think what Phoenix was trying to do, I'm assuming he was trying to do like a 200 IQ move and give you a warning that had it in it. Yeah. Other than that, they whispered. I don't know how else to get to the code, friend. It was wasted. I was exploring. I neutered the. I'm sorry? Oh, by making it friendly. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Doing a lot more no evidence runs lately. Nice. There we go. Hey, welcome in. Let's go.
Figured it out.
There we go. You know what? Listen,
She has figured it out.
It's a road well
I am
traveled, and
so
we are here.
sorry.
You're
I
fine.
am terrible at technology.
Thank you, Phoenix. No, listen. There are people that are very high, quick thinking, high IQ peeps I would never thought to do the warning to get the code. That's genius.
Yeah, honestly, that was
So
genius.
smart.
I was ready to just be like,
Love it.
please pick anyone else.
Love it. That's why they get paid the big bucks.
Right?
All right.
Sure.
Well, they said they
Especially
want to
that
go to
cookie
Nell's
company.
Diner, so I'm down, Charlie Brown.
Oh, I love Nell's Diner.
Let's rock. Oh, and if you guys join, disable your equipment. I will cover obviously equipment the entire time.
Alright, we're here.
Okay.
Take a look at the equipment
It's snowing.
and prepare accordingly before starting the
Thank you,
It's
Matthew.
snowing?
It's snowing.
Snowing.
Yeah, look, it's so pretty. I'm very curious to see what they do for this map for Christmas stuff.
Ooh, do
I'm
you think
just-
that they're gonna have this as a Christmas event?
I can only imagine. If you think about the Halloween one, what they did was they did more maps, so more decorated maps. They just changed them out daily. I assume this will be similar. I assume, but we'll see. Answered your own question. Wow, what happened? As someone working IT help desk, there's always someone worse with tech. Oh, absolutely. I will never claim to ever know everything. No way in hell. No. My kids can probably help me on certain things I wouldn't think about. Oh, good luck, Honk. I also appreciated the rotating maps. This Halloween I thought was wonderful. I loved it. It's snowing. All right, what do we got? Don't go back here. You're gonna make it choose the hallway. Don't do it. Oh
We
no!
got EMF 5 in
It's
the women's
why? God dang it!
I did one
It's here. It's back here. It's EMF 5. It might be in the potty.
I might have swore at it, but it was family friendly.
I hate this hallway so much.
I'm so sorry, Flash.
It's okay. I'll deal with it.
I just
It's
died
fine.
at this point.
Hey Jeff, what's up,
If
dude?
I
You're
die, you'll
fire
know
away.
why I died.
Fire away. Lainey, Minnie, thank you guys. Hi, friends. Well, we had breath because it's starting to warm. It's trying to warm up. It is snowing outside in the map. Oh, that's a wall. Little juice. This year's Crimson Eye made me a lot braver for those pesky blood moons. Very nice. Very nice. Nico, what up, dude? Thank you for the super chat. First stream, wanted to say hi. The videos helped me learn a ton fast. Keep up the good vibes and love the fit. Thanks. Thank you for making sure to seal that deal with a compliment on the outfit. Thanks. Is the turkey costume your No. The turkey was because we reached a goal. All right, you know what? I'm gonna be the sound guy. I'm gonna do sound. All right, what else do I need for sound? We might get more writing, so I'm gonna bring another book. All right, let's ride.
Did any of you turn on the jukebox? I did.
Oh, okay. You might get some snow. Ooh, I think we're expected to possibly get snow Wednesday.
Breaking my immersion.
My immersion. Holy shit. Sorry, the ground went like completely black for me for a second. All right, that was interesting.
Same.
Yeah, that was weird. Definitely lighting bug.
Poopy water.
There's so many sounds. Do we
Did it kick the writing book?
have anything other than EMF 5?
No, but
No.
I'm assuming.
Oh, I don't
they
think I placed it.
probably
Oh, no. I didn't place it.
Oh, okay.
I was saving it to try and get the audio just in case. Ooh. Oh, she's laughing. She pooped in the sink. Now she's laughing.
Pretend in the bathroom.
Is it hallway?
I think so. It's
Son of a bitch.
7.6 out here.
Oh.
Has it been hitting the motion sensor at all? I didn't notice. 'Tis the season. Hi, Sid.
Booga,
Thank
booga,
you, Sid.
hit the motion sensor.
Had a massive
You have
blizzard.
been summoned
Where
with
you
the
live?
motion
Really?
sensor.
Damn, and your power didn't go out. That's nice. It was super windy
totally.
here.
It's in the men's bathroom.
What the hell? What the absolute hell? I'm bringing the motion
I'm
sensor.
gonna go find the curse possession.
Bring the motion sensor. Oh yeah, there it is. Yep, 100%. It 100% did it through the wall.
Oh my god, I found a massive boner in this toilet over here.
Well, then we'll leave you alone. Enjoy yourself. Very welcome.
It even has curve to it.
Okay. All right. Turkey Man, that's me.
Oh my god, not the curve.
Listen, I don't need to hear about Captain Hook, all right? Disney time is over.
Come into this bathroom. You'll see.
No, I don't want to see it.
Look at this.
No.
Damn.
No, thank you.
Oh, come on, Flash. Don't be afraid.
Listen, I was polite. I said no thank you. Take a no thank you bite.
I said please.
I'm gonna go get more salt.
Roger that. Disney time never ends. Minnie, thank you, friend. Welcome in. Does the range get affected if you drop the crucie instead of placing it? Is the exact same. Nope. Uh-oh, Toe's hungry.
Anyone have a photo camera?
Would you blow this out?
Come to the kitchen, please.
Hey, Jackson,
We got
welcome
a
in.
monkey ball.
Listen, I know that the clip won't have the audio in there, but that's really funny timing. It craps in the sink as soon as you play that.
Flash, we got the paw.
Somebody took my paw.
Wasn't me.
Army. It's really not blowing this out. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh no. Oh no. Wait a minute. Hey, can we step out of this room, please?
Sure. Oh, is it a shade?
I'm sus of a shade.
Hey, does anybody else hear this from the light in here?
Oh yeah, the ballast, you can actually like hear them buzzing.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know what that sound was supposed to be. I don't trust it though. I'm really sus.
I got a picture of the EMF in here.
All right, sounds are done.
Are we going for
Oh,
perfect?
okay.
'Cause
It
we
just
have
closed the
no
book, so we are
news.
not gonna get ghostwriting.
It's a child. It was trying to get a soda. I saw it.
Child, can you please ride on, please?
Just run. That's the reason I can't enjoy this map. I get overstimulated by the sounds in this map. That's fair. That's a very fair statement.
Okay, I don't think the child liked me because I did swore at it.
What happened?
So as soon as I left, I told the child to, you know, ride off.
Sure,
and,
sure. Very fair. Very fair.
It
They can
threw
all
something
ride
right
off.
behind me, so I'm like, yeah.
Why
I
do you
did
walk
tell it
around
to
crouched?
ride
Why do you
off.
walk around standing up? That's the real question.
So it might be mad at me.
What'd you do to it?
I'm gonna. Again, I swore at it and it threw something behind me, so
I think
I'm
I
like,
just got
Go to
okay.
Twitch, MJ. What'd you say?
Really? Yeah, I was trying to get the motion sensor, and I went to step in, and then I seen it said dots ghost, but it wasn't.
Oh,
from the
I just
airport.
seen it.
Yep, I did too.
Did you see that from outside of the room only?
Yes, it was while I was like outside and about.
Oh, gross. Oh, we should have ultraviolet
But I
then.
didn't
What?
see it. I just seen the box that said dots ghost.
All right, I'm bringing stuff. The outfit. Hi.
I'm gonna come in with the smudge because I don't trust myself.
Roger that.
And we did.
I have one too. I have one too.
I think we have one more. Yeah, we have one more picture left.
Okay.
And I still got a photo camera on me.
Did we not check for UV?
I don't think we did.
What the hell? Why's the audio thing going off again? What the dickens? Yeah.
Oh, goo, goo, goo. What goo, goo?
Ah, there it is.
Goo.
There's UV. Oh, there's a crucifix. There's a crucifix.
Y'all didn't hear me say that earlier?
No, I missed it. I'm sorry. That's a Goryo. Wow. Okay.
Okay, videos are done. Oh, no, I gotta
Cleanse,
do-
repel 25.
Will y'all delete that motion sense, please?
Roger that. Motion sense delete.
Delete the crucifix. I'm Bolton Scoop.
All right. Door moved, motion sensed, mist form, burned cruci. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Where's the monkey paw?
Chilling
in the kitchen.
Is it still there?
needs the photo camera, it's gonna be out at the front.
Roger that. I thought they brought it. I guess they didn't.
I'm just gonna play it safe. I accidentally did burn.
Help is on the way, dear.
I'm just gonna
Gorio's the first ghost is fun? No, it is not.
warm up some more turkey, leftover turkey for you guys.
Okay, okay. Hold on. What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? Oh, wait. We need to delete the we have a burn cruise that we need to delete. Wait, where's the... Oh, shit.
By the way, our lovely average sanity is at
Never mind.
20 and like between 25 and 30%.
Roger that. Okay. What did they do with the camera?
Kitchen counter or something like on a counter.
Had a stubborn Gorio earlier on Tanglewood. Hey, where's the photo camera?
Front door.
Oh, there it is. I see
They're
it.
done.
I got
And there goes the last cruisy burn.
Yikes. Dirty water, bone, EMF,
Still need
monkey
one more
paw.
photo.
And it's hunting.
Oh, that's an
It was an
Oh, no,
event.
no, it's an event. It's an event. It's an event.
Oh, okay.
For now.
Are you guys okay in there?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Everything's fine. Scared, Scoops.
Got a photo of this idiot. Yeah, eat smudge, you little nerd. Oh, we
Was
need
it
to
an
repel
event?
while it's chasing. Oh, whoops.
Oh. Well,
What the hell? What did you try to kill me with something?
Here, would you like safety?
No, I'm okay. But somebody does need to repel it though when it goes to hunt. I'm gonna remove the crucifixes.
Do we have any hiding places? 'Cause I have not gotten.
Do we have any more burns on these? I think we do, don't we? Oh no.
I
Okay.
think right behind this one, yeah, you can hide here. Behind the...
Discord status? Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Get back,
you can
people.
just hide here.
I got
Yeah.
this.
You'll
Oh,
be fine.
Thanks, Scoops.
You'll be fine.
No!
What's
You
it-
son of a child! Come back here!
You son of a child. Is that what you just said?
No, son of a
Oh, okay. Oh, roger that. There you go. Put that there.
family friendly, man. Family friendly.
Family friendly. Family friendly.
Ghost.
Hey, you mother!
I sure am, Jackson. Yeah. I usually respond, like, whenever I'm seeing relevant things, I'll usually call it out. Flash is family friendly. I am extraordinarily friendly to my family. I don't know what you mean. Baja? Yeah, Baja indeed. Who's that Pokemon? I don't think I have a Pokemon name yet. We can come up with one, though. Hey, Sabrina, how are you?
No, you're in danger.
It's gonna listen. It's gonna show up. It's gonna say hi. Trash giving was wonderful. Hi,
All right,
friend.
you know what? This. Oh shit!
It was fan
I
flippin'
think I dropped my
tastic.
smooch.
All right.
Nope, I have it. I got it.
Quick,
Doink!
feed it a soda.
Come here! Come here!
I got this. Here.
Come here!
$20. Somebody dies.
No! I backfired.
Oh no! Well,
Well,
you got the
We
ejected
do have the monkey paw.
where is it?
Oh,
What'd I do with it?
Wait, hold on. I got this.
I left it here, didn't I? Yep. I wish for life. In the arms of the ages. 07. Took one for the team. It is more important for them to live than me.
I wish for life.
No, you can't do it twice.
I think you can only wish for it once.
Can't do it twice.
Damn it!
Alright, I guess
I'm
let's
so
go.
sorry, Flash.
We'll bring you back, Flash. Everything's fine.
It's fine. Let me play the radio. Flash has already killed him. Okay, look, I'm the one that's dead. What do you mean? I'm the dead guy here.
Turkey? That's kind of messed up.
Oh, look how it's more obviously faded like this when you're dead.
Okay, fair.
Okay, everyone got Goryo.
Interesting.
Everybody's
Miss
circle
you-
Oreo.
me-
Miss you, bye.
I'll at least get the ghost right. It's fine. Flash, look out. Thanks. You know, I'd say that it is way more common for me not to live when I do that than to actually live. That's pretty common. Roman, thank you very much. Hello.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Well, would you look at that?
Well, would you look at everybody made it. Thank goodness.
But you didn't make it, Flash.
Okay. Sore subject. Moving on. Where do you guys want to go next?
I tried smudging, but it didn't work.
It's okay. No, I've done that a million times. Or I smudge and the smudge is burning on the ground and the ghost still kills
I
me.
just realized
Yeah.
my stuff got added in.
Oh, yeah, yeah. If you guys want to disable, I'll do it.
Oh, I need.
Hey, Vince, what's up?
Let me-
Nightly, thank you for the 19 months. Hello.
I think it should be good. Yeah, it's good for you.
Able. There we go. All right. Where to, friends? The gaming's good, Roman. How are you? The ghost wanted turkey. Oh, shit. Yeah. I guess it did. Damn. If you guys want to pick multiple maps, then we can let it randomly decide.
Okay, cool.
I have
That
never
sounds
been
like a
to the
plan.
Grafton
Okay.
since
Since it's
lovely update.
redo.
Yes. Thank you for
Sent to prison. Wait, what?
my words.
All right. No, you got this. It's super creepy and super fun.
Okay.
Hey, Doc, what's
As long
up?
as there's no rain.
Dr.
Scoop.
Fozy, hello. Pepsi boy, thank you, dude. Oh my god. All right.
Yoinks, Scoops.
Oh, yoinks. When are you doing another server? What does that mean?
All right, we're here.
Not gonna lie, I almost
Oh my
got
god,
drink
it's
out.
still snow. Listen, it's really trying to put us in the Christmas mood. It's like, listen, Thanksgiving's over. We got you covered.
Go and take a closer look.
I'm dressed like this because I survived the day. What? Just staring at it? It's fine. Okay, it's a little okay. When it's not snowing, it's a bit more cool, like the ambience and whatnots. How much dedicated wham? I'm not going to spoiler anybody, but if you guys are Stranger Things fans and you haven't watched the 4 episodes that are out right
I
now,
forgot to check, but I'll check up here.
you should.
It's up here.
Yep. You guys should.
Breaker's on.
Roger that, Breaker.
Roger.
2 episodes left. We watched 3 of them yesterday, then we watched 1 today. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, excuse you.
That
What?
fourth episode. I will spoiler nothing. I wouldn't do that to you guys. It's awesome. It's great. What? It's just a little goo.
Ooh. Maybe somebody forgot.
Cares
to
the
bring it
goat?
back.
Yeah. All right. They're looking at the goo, so we'll go this way. When do I drink it? Like halfway through, we'll probably do it. What do we
I
got?
did squeakers.
Did you say squeakers?
Yeah.
Squeakers
I tossed them in the hole.
Squeakers to hold? Oh, there they are. Hi, friend.
Have we found the ghost room yet?
No clue.
Oh, okay.
Oops, I'm scared.
Bazoon tight. Ghost, are you in the doll room? Just a bit of duct tape. Good as new. I really don't have good ghost hunting equipment on me right now. I guess I was hoping it would just reveal where it is.
Hell no.
What?
Yeah, I do not have temps, so I have no idea.
Oh hell.
It's-
Literally everywhere's like 5 degrees.
Yikes. Once it looks cute, thanks, dude. We've heard nothing.
I think she's
right?
terrified of the doll room.
I think she's not
Yeah, I
okay
have
with
not
it.
heard anything.
I'm gonna kindly say this shit.
Oh, okay. Way to catch one of your words. It's every 2 games,
Okay,
Hat.
never mind. I'm going back inside.
Ghosty, you haven't done a single damn thing. You know, we have had some lights on.
Who has thermos?
What?
Oh, well, someone in a spirit box.
You immediately get spirit box? Hey, it's in the mannequin room.
I'm sorry, what room?
Yay. Hey, does anybody have UV on them?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
What?
I'm gonna lay some salt down.
Okay.
These are friends. Look, friends.
We have UV.
Oh, hey, UV.
Oh, hey, UV.
UV and spirit box.
Nice. Friends. See, look. They don't do
We
anything.
have
They're
ghost
just
orbs.
friends. Oh, it?
What?
Okay.
We have
Possible
ghost
mamake?
orbs.
Or never mind. It literally is
actually,
a
we have
mimic.
reached-
Guaranteed mimic.
Guaranteed
Yeah.
mimic?
Guaranteed mimic.
Guaranteed mimic.
Yay.
Well, that was the quickest thing ever.
Like it. Come on, move. I need the mannequins to move. You know, we really do need to name them. I don't have any names for them yet.
You know what? I am so great with names. All right. So this is
turn this off.
top one here is Gerald. This is Timmy. This
Can't
is
call it
Martha. Over here, this is Tabitha.
Tabitha.
Do we have another mannequin? Oh. Crazy hat guy is Crazy Joe. Back here. Corner
Michael.
one is
That's a Mike. That's a Michael.
Gloria.
That's a Michael for sure.
Oh, this is also.
Oh, did the breaker just trip?
I'll go fix the breaker.
Roger that.
Okay, I heard something squeaking.
Assault team go to walk into a house with no evidence. Assault orders from outside. So, one of the quickest games I've ever had was I went to Camp Woodwind.
Anyway.
Went to Camp Woodwind, looked at the camera, saw there was orbs, left. Because it was a no evidence run. Guaranteed it was a
I
mimic.
have successfully named all the mannequins.
Okay.
What are their names?
Do you remember them all?
This is Gerald. This is Timmy.
Well, the one with the hat looks
Martha.
totally like Michael Jackson, so I was
This
just going to call it
is
Michael.
Tabitha. This is George.
Like, that's a hee-hee.
Guy in the.
Didn't even leave the van. Exactly.
The guy
If
with
you're
the
doing a
crazy
no
hat.
evidence run and you guys are on Camp Woodwind and you go and you look at the truck camera and you see you have orbs, you can leave. Hi, B. Somebody's over there messing with the piano. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. Yeah, it's a hee-hee. I already have a smudge in there. We know it's a mimic. What do we need? We need a photo of the ghost. We need a repel. Hey, somebody get a photo of the ghost.
Sure thing, boss.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure thing, boss. I will get a photo of the damn ghost.
Roger that.
I don't have a camera, but I do have a sound recorder. If it does an event, I can get sound.
That'll do. Hi, Night Raptor.
Do you even know
Hello.
what the greatest object is?
No, I actually didn't see it yet.
It's not the mirror, it's not the summoning circle, and it's not the Ouija board. I do know that.
What's the worst that could happen?
Listen, we're in the room full of fucking mannequins. I hate mannequins.
They're what? They don't do anything. Look, they just sit there. Look, boring. See?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, look. Just look like give him a gander.
Dress.
Oh, you love Martha's dress?
Yes, I do. I think it's gorgeous. Oh, hello.
Oh.
Hello, Rhonda. I think she's here for me.
Wait, did you already get a picture?
I got a video
Yes.
of her.
I did.
Okay. Rhonda!
Oh, did I get that? Did I get that?
Damn. Oh, we gotta delete photo.
Yeah, I did. Let's go. Twig! Oh my god. Oh my god. She's so feisty. She's really pissed off. Run. Run.
I'm still trying to find a cursed object.
Oh, I was.
We just got
I'm gonna go find it.
types of ghost stuff.
Dang it, it wasn't long enough for the video.
Twig, how was your stream? How'd it go, friend? How was your turkey day?
I think she succeeded.
Is it the no? It's not the Waluigi. Where did they miss? Oh, maybe they didn't know where the monkey paw was.
Our sanity's like at 24%.
It's fine. What's it gonna do? Hunt us? Twas amazing. Nice. Let me think. I looked for the mirror. No summoning circle.
It keeps disappearing before I can get the video of the event.
Happy, happy. My Thanksgiving was amazing. Ooh, is it cards? Music box?
Blow out the candle,
Somebody come
please.
back out here and hold my hand when I go back in.
No, listen, it's fine. It's fine. The mannequins even haven't
Touched
moved
me
yet.
inappropriately.
What is my favorite dish? That's so hard to answer. I really enjoy side dishes.
He touched my butt inappropriately.
What are these on for? I really enjoy side dishes. My
Hey, we
wife
got
makes
300%
a
of ghost photos in the
killer
pictures.
squash casserole. Super freaking yum. It's a music box. Yeah. Can you get pictures of the mannequins when they move?
Not sure
No.
which mannequin moved when my back was turned, but it moved. I'm sorry, excuse you?
Did it move?
Yes, I think it was the one in the dress, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought she... did she maybe turn her head or something?
That.
Maybe.
Love
I'm not.
squash.
I just
Oh, it's
heard
so
movement
good.
because I was standing like this and I just heard the like movement they do and I
Right.
did not see which one it was. But I needed to blow out this candle so I can get a video.
Oh, do you need a video?
Yes.
Don't mind if I do. Wait a second.
Is it safe to go back in?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
Everything's fine.
Okay. Listen, Rhonda, please.
Did it work?
But I got the motions of the video.
I got the translucent ghost
Yes,
video.
I got it. Yes. Perfect.
Nice. Hey, yo.
Photos.
Roger that. Do we have hiding over here?
Going back in.
Yes, we do. Twig, what is your favorite food? Does the photo... Mother trucker, dude. I'm gonna go get I'll get the power.
Did you drop the music box? I can take a picture of that.
I think I did. It
I
should
found
be in
it.
the room. It's gonna be hard to see, yeah. Everything's hard to see in this damn map.
Okay, pictures are done.
Roger that. We don't need this on. This one being on is beneficial, though. All right. We have photos. We have videos. Sounds.
Is there any particular hiding place?
Repel while it's chasing. Rogue, thank you, dude. Yeah, actually. In the kitchen. Green bean casserole. So good. Sage quick.
Right here. Flash. Hoy! Where is this hiding spot?
Behind the fridge door.
Oh, okay.
New
Okay,
map.
look, I
It's
found
been
the
out for a
box.
bit. Yeah, it's been out for a little bit. My Atlanta. Mimicking a banshee? I don't know. It decided to come over to sing to me, though. That's for sure. B, thank you, friend. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome in. Hello. Why is it spicy?
Hey, Flash, I found some ribs. You want some? I smothered them in barbecue sauce.
BBQ?
They're delicious.
Yeah.
Go in.
Dude, they're
Oh
literally
my
delicious,
god. That
Dude.
opens the door to my heart.
Aw.
What was that?
What in the absolute knuckles was that?
Nothing?
I think that was rats. Oh wait, no. What is that noise?
What the f is
Oh,
that?
is that the door?
Oh, the
That's
door.
so-
Alright, you know, I'm just gonna pick up that boner.
That sounds like a bee.
What the f is that? What kind of fucking sound is that?
Well, it's this door that opens on the floor.
I'm sorry, there's a door on the floor?
Wait,
Is this Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit, dude.
Did someone
Well,
just
somebody
die?
died. Yeah, for sure.
Somebody forgot
died.
to turn off their freaking headlamp.
Oh no. Oh no. Are you okay? Are you okay? What happened?
Hey, look out!
What happened? No.
What happened?
Left them for dead? Yeah, I ran.
What
I ran for my
happened?
life. Oh,
So,
that's sad.
So we should
Hi.
have a beer in solidarity.
We got everything done. Are we in this done?
Yeah?
Yeah, everything's done now.
We got it. So, let's get the fuck out of here.
It's fine.
Also, Flash, I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
The wheel spoke to me, and it laughed, and it said something while it was laughing, and I didn't like it.
On the sound recorder?
No.
Oh, that spoke to you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's normal.
Is that normal?
Yeah, it's fine.
Are you sure that's normal?
No, it's fine. We have no way of
Listen,
bringing them
listen.
back, unfortunately. So that one's gonna have to
Okay.
be what it is.
No, we
Now
do
listen.
not. Yeah.
Now listen. Here's the thing. Okay.
Mhm,
We're
right.
gonna have a little pep talk about
Okay,
this.
okay.
Can we just say
We're not.
this goddamn house?
This
I
house
don't
is
like
wonderful.
it.
You
I-
will shush your lips.
I
I
don't
actually like
that
it.
room.
I just hate searching for the bone on ground.
Yeah,
my
searching for the bone
life.
sucks. Yeah, that's for sure.
I just don't never.
The ghosty did do a number. We think that they left their headlamp on.
Welcome back.
Hope your gobble till you wobble day was amazing.
Man.
What the fuck?
Hey, I unlocked all tier 3.
Hey,
stuff.
Mimake, let's go. I'm sorry you
Awesome.
died.
So
That was my second
it-
death.
do we want to?
But the first one
So,
you technically lived.
So do we want to talk about what mistake we made?
Because of the follows. Caterpillar. Luca, thank you for the 9 months.
Holy crap.
The name is Rhonda. Roger that.
Besides me trying to smudge
the
at
baby's
one
name is
point, but
Rhonda.
Then I hid.
So you want to know how you died? Your headlamp was on.
I thought I turned it off.
Your headlamp was.
It's okay.
was-
It's
was
okay.
still on.
Listen, we all do it. It's okay.
But listen,
it happens
we
to the
all
best
love you.
of us. It's okay.
Mistakes happen. Flash even does it.
That's right. I forget the lighter. I forget all kinds of shit.
Yeah, he forgets the lighter. He
Oh,
forgets
yeah.
to turn off his
Ladder?
headlamp. But
Guys,
it's okay. It
thank you for
happens
the
to the best
games.
of us.
Thank you for
Thank
Thank you,
having
friends.
us.
I
Thank you.
appreciate
Also,
you.
Enjoy
thanks
your
to
turkey
Phoenix for
night.
getting me the code because
Of
she's
course.
a genius.
Phoenix rocks.
Yeah, genius.
Phoenix
They
does
are,
rock.
they are the
All right.
best. Thank you guys so much. I
All right,
appreciate you.
Y'all have a
Thank
wonderful
you,
time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So our next group that is coming in is going to be Phantom, Archmage, and Tide. Phantom, Archmage, and Tide. You guys are up. Let's go. Let's go. Go for levels of the APOC. Oh, APOC's the goal so you get. I understand. I understand. Hi, Otter. It is a turkey force, or so they say. Or so they say. Oh, hey, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, how's it going? Darn
It's
it!
going
Oh,
really good.
hockey. What happened?
I said it's going really good.
Oh, heck yeah! Did you do Thanksgiving things?
I did. I did them all yesterday, and I had all the leftovers today.
That was us. Yep. Identical, same thing.
Oh, hey.
What the hell?
He's your twin.
Hello, hello. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Sorry, my mic's a bit buggy. Hello, test.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you two look at Phantom real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at your stream and I'm
Yeah.
confused. There's
You've
Oh.
got a doppelganger.
2, 3, 4. I don't know what the hell is going on. Your player
it's a
model
bug
is
they
literally
should
2
fix in
player
the
models
game.
right now.
yeah.
I'm looking at your stream and it's freaking me out.
My screen is normal though. The thing is, on my screen is normal. What the hell?
When we
Right,
get
same.
into the game, I'm sure it'll be fine. But I was like, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What?
Player
Conjoined
count.
twins.
It's the twins.
It's the twins. Hold on. Can you
Oh my
just
God,
walk
that's
around real
amazing.
quick? Yeah, look. I don't know if you see it online.
Oh,
What the
perfect,
shit?
yeah.
What the
My
hell?
God, what the hell? Like one of them's moving, the other
Oh,
one's
boy.
animation's just
This
freaking
is so
broken.
freaking creepy.
What's going on? Freaking out. All right. Where do you guys want to go? They are the twins. They are the
You know
twins.
what? I'm kind of feeling Edgefield. Yeah, I was gonna say like an Edgefield or something.
Edgefield. I like Edgefield.
Empty Edgefield.
I feel like we play Edgefield a lot whenever you're here, and it ends up being a thing.
What? Wait, what? Nothing.
Nothing. It's fine. Scarier than the actual ghost. You know that they confirmed. There was a clip I saw way back when
It'll be
of
fine.
the ghost mimicking a player, like actually blinking as a player model, and that actually was something that they added to the game at one point and then took away, where the ghost would event and it could event as the player model. I'll have to go find the clip. I have it. Alrighty. Kate Knight. EMF photo. Witness a ghost event and a firelight blowout. That's right. All right. Do this. Get the firelight. Go there. Do that. Yeah. Seen that before? I have the clip saved.
Oh, we have cards. We have tarot cards.
Oh, delicious. That'll be good.
Let's just. Oh my God! You know what we gotta
Yay.
do? Flash. Remember?
What?
Okay, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember when I had the Hangman Lord as my name last time? We might have to do some tarot roulette later.
Okay. Oh no, we absolutely will. That will happen 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah! That's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
so good.
Thank you, Athena. All right, Ghosty.
We have tarot cards.
Oh yeah, we'll have fun a little bit later. Needs to come back. I wish that the mimic would actually mimic the player. Randomly, just like walking around. That would be so freaking creepy. Hopefully one day they actually do something like that. Doppelgangers, hell yeah.
I found the boat.
Oh, nice. Where'd the hell did ghost go? Ghosty. Mimic should be able to mimic the vamp. Wait, what the hell? What the hell's wrong with you?
Ghosty.
Kate Knight. Kate Knight. Gobble,
Knight.
gobble.
Very warm over here.
Kate. Bye, Bella. Have a good night, friend.
Interesting.
What the hell?
Did it?
Did it blow out
That
someone's
candle
fire?
got blown out.
Who?
Yeah.
Was that in the garage?
I think so. Yeah, it's garage. 7 degrees here.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
I should
Did
answer the
you-
question.
Oh, did it blow out your lighter?
Oh, that's
wasn't
probably what it
mine.
was. It must have been a light.
It's blowing out
Did it?
firelights in the truck.
Oh, Flash, it might
What?
have been the candle out here. Might have been this candle, maybe?
No, it blew. Wait, who lit them in the truck?
Oh.
That.
Wait,
Oh, yeah. What the?
did anybody light the fire lights in the truck?
No, I didn't.
I did not. Unless I did it
Maybe.
accidentally. Did you do it?
Maybe.
What do you mean, baby?
Oh, my God. Yes or no?
You
Come
know,
on.
listen, you have to understand how
I mean,
cool
no one
that
else
was-
is confessing to my
No,
crime, so I
listen.
guess I might as well.
No, how cool it would have been if the ghost for somehow lit this and then blew it out. Like how
Nah.
cool that would have been. Oh.
He was blowing him out though, so I think
He
he's
did
up in
blow it
the
out,
bedroom
which
in
is
the garage.
really funny. I was so confused. Okay. That's cool. I didn't know you could get that from the truck. I mean, that makes sense. All right. I'm gonna bring crucifix in there. Wow, dude.
Gonna break into
What in the
box.
Matrix?
Do like a.
If you live, oh, it doesn't matter where you live. You just have to join the my server. That's all. Like the. Oh, writing.
Ooh. Oh, I got.
You just have to join
oh my
the
God.
U.S. servers.
Laughing at me.
It's laughing at you.
Rude.
What did it say?
Yeah. You just laughed.
Oh, it's
Said I'm short and cranky.
short and cranky. Where the hell's the goat?
Where
Is it in the car or is it on the
I
other
think
side of the
it's
wall?
Child in the car.
Is it
yeah.
in the car
Ghost,
right
you're
now?
too young to. You're a child. You can't drive.
It
Get out
wants
of the
to go on
car.
a ride, yeah.
Wants to go on a joyride. Father and son.
What's that
mother
old
and son.
Vine with the me mom's car? Vroom vroom.
I'm in my mom's car.
I'm in my mom's
vroom,
car. Vroom vroom. Get out me car.
vroom. Aw.
All right, I'm gonna try this. Where are you? Oh, UV. Oh, Spirit Box. Oh, it's a Pulty.
Oh, baby.
I'm gonna go get some shit. Allow me. Give. I bring toys.
Oh yeah, Operation Throw Shit in the Room.
FNAF 2 was stressful, as stressful as could be. I felt like I made diamonds out of my rectum with how tight I was clenching. But still a lot of fun. I'm definitely gonna play the next one. Way sooner. Let's have the shoes for the ghost. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Shoes.
Have them.
You got any fish shoes over it? Oh.
No. What the?
These are for you.
Oh, here. Enjoy.
Oh, it's Rhonda.
Oh, it's not the kid. It's Rhonda, and it's pretending to be the mannequin.
Oh my god. Ooh, buzz.
Can't wait for FNAF 4. All right, I'm gonna get more shit. I think FNAF 2 was harder than the first one. Absolutely. There was so much more to worry about. But I don't know. I think in the first one, though, you really had to manage your power. I felt like that aspect, I didn't feel that as much, but I felt like there was so much more that could instantly get me in the second one.
Did anybody get a video camera?
I didn't.
Oh, no. I was so occupado. I didn't. Flash butt diamonds. That's right.
I thought there was one in the room.
For sale on the merch store at flashforcemerch.com. All right. I'll bring this, go get a smudge so I don't die and keep going. Wonder when he's going to realize his lighter. Oh, no. I know. Trust. I remember. It's right here. I put it down so that way I could cycle through the items faster. I got it. But I probably would have forgotten. I was never a fan of the game loop, but I plan on watching the new movie. I heard that the new movie is supposed to be even scarier this time, which makes me happy. Buy one, get one half off. Buy one, get one half off. My Atlanta. All right, get a smudge. What else do we need? Oh, meet ya. Wait, why are we trying to delete the footprint?
We need to delete a photo.
Oh, on it.
Oh, do we need a ghost photo? Wait. Oh, I got you.
Because I need an EMF.
Yep,
reading,
roger that.
and I forgot to take a picture.
Oh, yeah.
I see what they're doing. No videos. Oh, yikes. Let's bring that in there. Let's bring this in there. We've got a firelight in there. Let's ride. Seems a little more serious when you're a turkey. Doesn't it, though?
Is this pile big enough?
No.
Nah, I think it's too small.
I think we need more. Look, the
We need
ghost
like,
isn't
VIP
impressed.
Pulty pal.
Don't act like you're not impressed. All
I
right,
didn't say that.
you. All right, I'll work on sounds.
I'll try and work on videos. Keyword try.
Okay.
Got
We'll
a
do
book for
firelight.
media if we want it.
All right. Let's do it. I'm gonna turn this off so it does more stuff. Where's Kill with his repo old man blur? No, we don't need the repo old man shotgun.
Well,
Absolutely
guys,
not.
Do something. Do some things.
Come on, do the ting.
Kate Knight. Kate, if you move rooms, I'm gonna be awfully livid.
Especially after all that work that we just did.
I know. We
Yeah,
can move
we
it to
could
the
just
next room
go
if we
away.
have to. It's 8.
Piles of shit.
To be camera shy.
Wait.
18. Well, I saw my breath and it says 18 degrees. I was very confused.
Maybe just bad timing.
Maybe. I'm gonna go get motion sensors. I'm a little worried. Just change rooms. I know. But would we be shocked if it did? Puppy Shade, thank you for the Prime. Incredible, thank you for the 7 months, Omi. I have trust issues.
Come on, Ghosty, do
Rebecca, what up, bruh? Is it doing the stuff in the things?
Turn the breaker off.
Okay. It's not walking in this salt over here.
It's also not walking in this salt that I placed in the garage. What the?
Is our ghost stuck somewhere?
This is like the laziest pull.
She moved to the
Do you
upstairs
reckon-
bedroom.
No,
It's
it's
gotta
just
be
still
it.
in the car. Still trying to.
Shh.
Well, I'll take that as a yes. Peace out, guys.
Is it hunting?
Yeah.
is over. Everyone all good?
The hell.
So you're doing a Scooby
Hey,
Doo type run
Galaxy.
upstairs?
What?
What is it doing in here?
Is it still
So
here?
it came from the
hunted
basement.
from.
There. It came from the basement that hunt. Basement that hunt.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna check the basement temperature. What the fuck is going on? The basement's 8 degrees. What the? So it's just roaming like crazy.
I put a motion sensor down. I don't see it walking through it.
I mean,
It's, oh my god, it's right there. It is in the basement. F this.
Like behind the mannequin. And
It moved all the way to the basement.
this is one of the most strange policies I've ever had.
Wow. Wow. Tyler,
That
what
should
up,
be like
homie?
back to back to back room changes, right?
Yeah, it had to. That wasn't that long. Kazuma, thank you for the 20 months. Hello. What the hell, bruh? Do we even... Well, what else we need? We have all the objectives. We have no videos and no sounds.
Are you worried about media? I mean, we can try and maybe get some media. If you want.
I mean, I'm not worried about perfect games, but if you guys are, I'm willing to go for them.
I am fine with whatever. Yeah, same.
I don't care.
With the ghost moving to the
I'm just
basement, where we
saying
say
that-
F this one and move to maybe a larger map?
Those shiny cards.
Hey,
No, those shiny cards are looking tempting.
It's
Actually.
hunting.
We're gonna die.
Wait. Oh, ish come. Oh, shit.
Someone's
Well, that's
headlamp was on.
unfortunate.
What did you do?
His headlamp was still on. Whoa! What
Oh
the
my
f-
god, his head's twitching. What the f?
Where did he... We can't even
Wait,
get
what?
over there, can we? Hold on.
Wait, what happens?
His body just disappeared on my end.
He's still there on my screen.
Nope. Nope, he's gone.
Wait, I'm watching your stream. Wait, he phased through the what the?
He's in the upside down. He's
on
out
my
of here.
screen. On my Stranger Things.
he's
Yeah,
gone,
for me.
dude. Nope. Definitely not for me.
We have
He
to
got
find-
yeeted to oblivion.
So yeah, I think we got to do some reviving with the tarot cards.
Yep, we have no choice. All right.
Do we want to get the power on? I'm gonna go. turn that
Yeah.
on.
Bye-bye. Shit.
Breakers on.
Roger that. All right, at least bring some light just in case things go down. All right, we
Just in
got
case it
this.
gets,
Oh shit! It's a waste. Oh, it's a devil card anyway. It's fine.
Hold on. Nah, it's all good.
I was hoping to see him through the floor. That didn't happen. Hanged man. No, it was a devil card. It would just been a ghost event, so it's fine. We didn't miss anything. The pull to use its ability on him. Okay, we're good.
Please tell me I saved them.
Oh yeah. It's Ty's fault. It's always Ty's
Is it all
fault.
good?
No, it is
Oh,
not.
you lived. Beautiful.
All right.
Barely.
Let's try this again.
Okay.
Game on.
All the way.
No way. Oh, hi, friend.
I'm alive.
Oh my god. Finally. Look at us. Professionals.
Wow, dude. We knew that was going to happen. Watch, watch. Easy,
We're
dude.
all pulling. Yeah, we're chilling. Fuck!
The cards taketh.
There's no way, dude. There is no way. All right, we need to draw another high priestess now. All right, let's go. We gotta get another one.
I got a hermit.
Okay. All right, you know what? You draw. It's your turn.
Done,
No.
fool.
Okay. No way, dude. Hermit. Okay. It's gonna hunt soon. That's crazy.
Another hermit.
Okay. Should have go while you were ahead.
Done. Regular.
Wheel of Fortune red. You thought you were safe.
The sun handful.
Another hyper. Wait, oh, that was it, wasn't it? All right, miss you. Wow.
For him.
So, first card I pulled was a devil card, but it was the ghost started his hunt right away, so it ended up being a fool. Next was the high priestess, followed by his hanged man, which is just pure cinema. That was
wild.
lovely. Oh man, that's good.
That's so sad.
It's sad, but it's funny.
Oh,
His death
definitely
was
funny.
entertaining at least, yeah.
Your body went through the floor. Who
Mine
knows where
was
the hell you
murder, I
went?
think.
All right, let's go. All right, we're bringing you back. Oh my god. Every time he pulls the cards, he dies. The fact that it was the hanged man immediately after is wild.
Welcome back. There's some
Hey,
dogs
what's up,
ready
Peter?
for
How are you?
You. Fuck. You bitch.
That was so good. No way.
10 out
That
of
there's
10
no
times.
way. The prediction
You
of
pull
that
High
is crazy.
Priestess, and then I said, we're all fucking gonna live. And then I pull a hangman. Literally instantly after.
Yes. Oh, it's so funny
Oh
though.
my god.
Listen, we're gonna celebrate
I
that with a
love it.
nice high school. Okay.
Oh,
that seems-
great.
Nice and cozy, you know?
Nice and
Beautiful.
cozy. Let's
do it.
go. It was stacked. Oh, it was way better than drawing like 100 freaking
I shit you not. If it's cards again, I'm gonna.
hermit
lose my mind.
cards.
My marbles will be lost if we have cards.
No, it's fine.
No, it's gonna be. What do I reckon? Voodoo. I reckon we're gonna get
Voodoo. I think it's gonna be the summoning circle.
Go and take a closer look.
Honestly, that'd be. I'm
I
gonna go
hope for
check.
the Ouija board.
Oh my god, I swear to God.
Well, I kind of don't.
If I walk
Ouija
in there
board.
and see cards, I'm gonna be.
If it's the Ouija board, we're not gonna be
Oh,
able to get
yeah.
the room number.
You want me to get the room number?
Because that's effed.
Oh, that's right.
With
Yeah.
Never
names,
mind.
not cards.
It's not Ouija board, is it?
Music box.
Okay.
Music box.
You know what? That's fine.
God, that was a pretty good clip, I'd say.
Oh, that was so good. Just the immediate fuck.
That was amazing.
All right, I'm gonna drop a video camera here, just because life, and I'll come back. Actually, you know what? I'll put it in my pocket.
I'll go check.
I'll go.
check the left staircase for the breaker.
I'll go right side with Paramike
Alright, sweet.
for the hangman. A hermit over the hangman. Yeah, I guess. Thank you guys for the combos. Thank you, friends.
Breaker is under the left staircase, switching on right now.
Considering the percentage of those, let alone both being in the deck and back to back, it's crazy. Did he say? Did you say you turned the breaker on? Did you die already?
Is the breaker not on?
Oh, we're fine. No, I just switched it on. It was under the left staircase. The juice is on.
Oh, roger that. Did it turn it off?
I mean, if it did, then that's concerning.
Roger that.
It's not a gin. Alright, let me have a look. There's probably somewhere down there. Hang on. I got it back on.
Really, you could trip it from anywhere. Love the costume. Thanks. Time for me. Off for the night. Good night, Rogue. Have a good one, dude. Possibly upstairs? Did I just see something? No, they're doing professional. Code Red, thank you for the sub. Is it true that the Hantu turns the breaker off more? That is correct. It is the only ghost that is more prone to turning the breaker off. Hoodie's cute. Oh, stop. Hi, Jen. Welcome in. I feel like I might have heard something over this way, but I don't know. You know, let's open this up. Leftover smoked turkey. Turkey and dumplings? Oh, that sounds good. I don't hear squat.
I'm not hearing a damn thing. I mean, maybe it's like upstairs somewhere, because
I mean, maybe. I'm not hearing anything through the paramic, and you can hear the floor above. Nothing. Maybe we don't have a ghost, dude. What the fuck? Wish I could have played tonight, cleaned up while watching, doing a Friendsgiving tomorrow. Hey, we're doing a Friendsgiving tomorrow.
Like really warm everywhere. What is going on?
Well, I guess it's a shade. We could probably leave. Oh, princess.
Seder Goria.
Oh,
Maybe
princess.
Ghost just hates being in high school.
Probably knows that we hate it just as much. I'm gonna go this way a little bit.
I mean, I'm cool with whatever.
The fact that it's doing nothing is crazy.
I'm checking the upstairs right side.
School isn't haunted. We're out of here. Hey, Josh, welcome in. What in the hail?
I heard everyone's footsteps on this thing, and I was like, oh, it's hunting.
I hear it. I'm about to throw the freaking music box.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. This is really odd. Yeah, it's not doing much.
What if it's by the front? Do it. So what if we give the old music box a chuckaroo?
Honestly, sounds like a good idea.
Why do I have a feeling I'm gonna die?
No, you're not. You're
No, you'll be
fine.
We'll protect you. Don't worry.
What's the worst that could happen? Oh. Oh, well, yeah. Well, I guess there's that.
It'll be fine.
It's fine.
Gotta have faith, Flash. You gotta have faith.
Gotta have faith. All right.
I don't think I've ever heard of anything bad happening with a music box.
It's fine. All right. You ready?
No, trust me, exactly.
All right.
You have faith. Flash doesn't. Flash thinks we're all gonna fucking die.
I don't hear anything, do you?
No, I'm not hearing like.
Wow.
This is so weird.
All right. All right. I'm gonna throw it.
Is there a ghost? Go for it.
Hacha. What the hell? Is it on the left side?
The light's flickering, which makes it's left side, I think. Wait, I think I'm actually seeing it. Hang on. Yes, left side, left side. Run!
Oh, there it is.
I'm glad I stood up here.
Oh, Lord, it coming. Oh, thank you for whoever giving away the anonymous freaking merch. Thank you, friends. Oh, Carrie. Enjoy, friend. It's still hunting. So it's all the way on the other side. It has to be like back left.
Hunt's over.
I almost freaking died.
Oh my god, I had to do an insane.
Oh, did it have line of sight on you?
Yeah, a lot of line of sight, a lot of line of
No, on them. Squeak the pumpkin! Blondie, hi friend.
That was speedy. I have no idea.
Do you guys think that that was naturally fast, or do you think it was because of line of sight?
No, I think it saw me from right the way down the end of the hall there and got super fast. No, I think it
Okay.
was line of sight
At the end,
before.
it sounded super fast. Hey, Kuro, hello.
Yeah, I was like having to loop it in the
He
library
is
for a while.
Emily.
It was really intense.
What in the hell? It is all the way over there.
Yeah, God.
What a weenie. Absolute weenie. Listen.
Weenie.
Weenie.
Oh my God, we got this.
Okay. I'm gonna bring
Sure?
smudge. There's no guarantees. Well, we know it's on the left though. That's for sure. All right. But was it left? Was it? Do we think it was upstairs or downstairs?
I think
I
it's
was
already
upstairs.
downstairs.
I didn't hear it upstairs.
Maybe it's downstairs then. Okay.
I think it's downstairs. I don't
Okay.
know. Maybe it's upstairs, but
We'll find out soon enough.
honestly, maybe it is upstairs.
Did hard
So I
mode
could
and got
check.
your butt
A lot of
gone
the
several
rooms on the
times.
Left side
yeah.
downstairs, and I didn't get like any cold temps or anything like that.
All right. Well, we know it's on the left-hand side this time, though. Thank God.
Let's go.
Matt, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How are you? It is so passive, though. Good grief.
It's so hard to find the ghost in high school. Oh,
Oh.
it's over there.
Oh.
It's in that room.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
he
angry.
sounds normal speed.
Oh,
I
it's
think.
hungry.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's hungry. Game, thank you for the follow. Bunny, thank you for the prime. Good night, Luna. Have a good one.
Someone might be dead. No. Oh,
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, we know it's over that way somewhere then. What the hell?
Yeah, it came out.
What is my favorite map? My favorite map is Willow. I love it. I love it. Oh, shit.
I'll be doing no such thing as checking the temp. Never mind. Fuck that shit.
Smudged. They just smudged. I heard it. Gonna get some sleep. Good night, Nocturnal. It was super fast. Almost too fast, right? Oh, no.
Good news, the hunt's over. Bad news, we may have another
Oh,
bad.
no, not another one now. Is it in here?
They almost lived too. They tried looping it like all the way down, but not quite. Yeah, it's in this room, Flash.
Get ready to die.
What do you mean, Batman?
So about my demon joke earlier, it did feel demon fast. Is Flash wearing a turkey costume? Dude, I wear this like every day. You just never notice. Okay? Start opening your eyes. What do we say? Possible demon. Les demons. Ultraviolet ghost riding freezing. Hey, did it event you?
Not that I could. No. Not even an airball. In Ghost Fart? Nothing like that. I mean, I don't think it was anything like crazily aggressive. It might even be like a late hunter.
It felt like it felt like it hunted really quickly based on like against the other one.
Yeah. Maybe demon?
Maybe demon.
Or maybe yokai, because I was talking a load of shit near it, so maybe yokai.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. The way of the turkey.
Oh, do you have a smudge, by the way? Sorry, I'll put this down.
I do. I think I left it at the door. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I'll take this
Yeah,
one
we're
out
okay.
then.
Where's the crucifixes?
Good question. Probably on our dead friendo's corpses.
Okay. I want to go this way. I'm going to go to the front.
I'm gonna go towards the back to check the other body.
Roger that. Oh, look, another smudge. You had one? Okay. Night Raptor, have a good one.
Yeah, Flash, your smudge is at the fire exit near the ghost room.
And I found another one over here, too.
Oh, awesome.
I still never grabbed a headlamp. Oh, bitch. Power's off.
Not freezing. I'm on my way to the staircase now to get it on. It might be roaming. It just rang a phone in the next room down. Twice. It's throwing shit. Is it maybe twins?
That didn't sound like twin speed, though. Oh, night back-a-ball. Oh, look, a back-a-ball.
A large enough interaction for it to kind of walk through.
Are you stinky? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly?
No.
Where are you?
Right here.
What?
1.2. Writing immediately.
Oh. Yeah, I missed the sound. Tried.
Okay. So if we're...
Oh god. Flash, did you just poop?
No, that's not twins. That's normal speed. He's running with the ghost. Oh shit.
Flash is beeline towards you. Be careful.
Run! God.
You're good there?
Hey, yeah, we're good. How you doing?
I need some toilet roll.
All right, you're gonna have to give me a minute. Okay. All right, I'm checking for freezing again. No, thank you. Nobody's home.
I mean, it was like 1.1.
No
I think it was
freezing.
So
Hey,
active.
hey,
What the?
hey, hey. No. Dude, I don't know. This ghost is a jerk.
Literally no idea. I mean,
Absolute jerk.
yeah, I have no
Yeah,
idea.
it's a weenie.
We want to just. Do you want to just get out of there? What do you
We
wanna do?
could, yeah, because we got the dead friends.
Yeah.
Do you have to cruise? No, it's okay. I don't want
Honestly,
you. I don't
maybe
want
he-
you guys to be
maybe
dead
you're
that
on
long.
something.
It felt like it hunted early, but we're not getting freezing. So I don't know if that means it's just roaming and it's a jerk or what.
Is it? I don't think it's yokai because I feel like it was detecting my equipment still.
To be honest, I'm sus of a myling. I don't know why.
Honestly, effort.
I like it. All right, let's ride.
Let's do it. Alright, we're gonna
That's
go
right.
Myling, guys. Rest in peace.
What is considered freezing? It is a freezing ghost if you have
Much to celebrate, we
0.9
made
or
it at
lower.
least.
Yay! 0.9 or lower. Difficulty professional. I hate it here.
Ew.
The locker room said
No, I
what
was a
ghost it was
stinking
on the
spirit.
walls.
Oh, it was a dead giveaway. Whoops. Would have been a dead giveaway. Dang it.
Ah, that was wow.
rats.
It felt like it hunted so fast.
I know, it felt like some demon
Yeah.
or yokai BS.
What is? I think it was smudged like every hunt, right?
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know.
Back
Anonymous.
to back, it was crazy. Oh my god, thank you
Thank
for
you
the
for the
games.
merch, boy. Thank you guys for the games.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate you,
Thank you for
friends.
having
Thank
us.
you.
Appreciate you. Thank you for playing.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Twas
Bye.
fun.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. I will start another lobby up in a second. Okay. For the next group, I will start another lobby in a second. We have ads coming, so I'm going to go ahead and hit them now while we're sitting here like this. What is the challenge for today? Stay alive. Yeah. Stay alive. Just a heads up, the next group is going to be Rocky, Callie, and Monkey Hat. Those are the 3 people that are coming in next. Point up is so fun. You're a liar. You're a liar. No, thank you guys for the game. Sugar Chef, thank you for the 11 months. All right. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour, so that way you guys don't have pre-rolls. So I will go ahead and run them now before we get into the next games. I didn't want you guys sitting in the lobby just having to wait for me. So 3 minutes, BRB. We'll do these quick, and then we'll bring people in and get the next thing started. There we go. Rocky! GG's, enjoy the merch. Thank you, Tide. I appreciate it, friend. Is the next group of friends we made? Probably not. That hangman was ridiculous. That was so funny, though. So funny. No, Charlie, not at all. Nope, there's no announcement for when the next ones will be either. No clue. Nope. Yeah, so if you missed it, what happened was we were on Edgefield. We had a friendo that did not make it. They weren't doing so hot. So we had tarot cards. I pulled the tarot card. I got a High Priestess card. Brought our friend back. The next card that someone drew was a Hanged Man. So they did not come back. We tried. We hoped for 2. We did. We really did. But it didn't work out as well as we'd hoped. Mike, thank you for the sub, dude. Thank you for the 1 month. After this, we'll do the wheel spin, actually. I think that's what we'll do. That sounds good. Did I have a good time yesterday? On Thanksgiving? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The cards giveth and the cards taketh away. But, you know, it's those moments that we treasure, I think, in this game. Those are the ones that we aim for, right? Oh, my Lantas. From heaven. Hey, Skinny Big Mac. What's up, dude? Oh, sorry. Unskinny Big Mac. Hello, friend. That's funny. That's okay. What is the best cursed item for having fun? Depends on what your definition of having fun is. Because that could definitely change which one. Oh, my Thanksgiving was wonderful. Black Friday, I don't really do anything for Black Friday. Nope. When I worked retail, that sucked. That was awful. But besides that, yeah, I don't go out shopping. Nope. I'm a hobbit. I just hide. Could always do a stream of Point Hope and have to climb along. Oh my God. I have a walking treadmill, but I do not have a Stairmaster. No. That would be really funny. Oh my God, Drifter. I bet you we can convince Chinggis to eat some mustard pancakes. All right, 30 seconds and the ads will be done, and then I'll start the next lobby. I'll get the code, and then I'll call the next group. Working on a Hallmark store for Black Friday. A couple of days after Christmas, the worst. Ugh. Thanksgiving definitely different since my grandpa passed away a couple weeks ago. We all had a good time. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'm glad you guys were still able to have a good time. Like for when you're playing with friends and trying to not die. Oh, okay. Well, if you're trying to not die and you're trying to figure out the best cursed possession, I mean, with friends, one of the better ones is going to be the cards. That's just the way it is. Unfortunately, the Ouija board right now is a little screwy, so it doesn't give you numbers. The music box is a lot of fun, though. I do enjoy that one. All right, let me start another lobby, and then I'll bring in the next set of friends, and then we'll keep moving. Oh, before we do that, I'll do the wheel, though. You know what? Let me back out. No, they don't get help. Let's do this first. After we do this, then we will bring in the next group. As for this month, we have one more stream this month, and that is going to be on Sunday. That is the last stream of the month, friends. The last one. Merch. Well, don't mind if I do. All right, I wonder if it's actually going to let me do it this time. I assume it will. Where do you receive the code? It's going to be in the server, in the it's going to be inside of my server. It's going to be in the Phasmo code channel. Yeah, if you didn't see anything in chat that said something started, then there's nothing. I can for this one. Good deal. Okay. All right, give me a second. Let me enter my information. No, it's okay, Matthew. I think what happens is some people might not be paying attention, and then they see someone else do it, and they're like, oh, it must be going on. So that, yeah, it's okay. It's totally fine. No worries. Hey, turn up, what up? All right, give me a minute. Let me log into this. Almost got the bag. Oh, the tote. Listen, it's for all your Thanksgiving needs. When you go over to a family member's house and you need to bring back, you know, all that food, you carry it in the tote. It just makes sense. There you go. Now you can do exclamation point enter. There you go. On the purple side, it's a chance to win the Flash Feast mug. It is the mug. Mug. It's this one. It's me right now. Wish you all a happy Turkey Day. Thank you, Kelly. I hope you had an amazing day too. We've already, the fam has already started decorating for Christmas. I said after Thanksgiving, that is more than acceptable. So it's already happened. It's already begun. How many ounces on the mug? 11, 15, or 20? You have a choice. You got a choice. Yeah. How many? No, just a few couple. Just a few couple. Ninja Potato. GG's friend. Make sure you click the redeem link so you can get the moich. GG's. Got the Xmas stuff in the house. Just not up yet. I gotcha. Yeah, I got to put my stuff outside. I'm going to do that this weekend. We have a small amount of lights we put on the outside of the house. We don't have to go ham or anything. I did this year for Halloween, though. I did go a little extra. Start decorating tomorrow? Yeah, I'm going to do the same. All right. Let me put this in there. Oh, my goodness gracious. Anonymous. Who the hell is doing it? There's another one. If you guys do exclamation point enter, if you didn't get your chance to win, now you have another. All right. Like I said, Rocky, Callie, and Monkey Hat. You guys are in. You guys are in. And then Juju and Neo, you guys are going to be up next with somebody else. I need to keep my eyes on the time. I tell you what, for right now, I'm going to close it. And then we'll reopen it if we still have time. Yeah. There we go. Hello?
Hello.
Jeez. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I think I hear me through you. Nameless.
That's odd, I muted your stream.
Ah, there you go. What's your name in chat?
Callie.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, you don't have to say the same name. No, you're totally fine. No worries. Tidy Fox.
Yeah,
Mike.
It's, I've had that since I was like 12, 13 when I
Oh my
first got
gosh.
my PlayStation. Yeah, so you can't really change it on the PSN.
Yeah.
without, like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
That would be
a whole
extremely
bunch of
annoying.
saved.
Yeah, that would suck. No, you're good. No worries. We're gonna wait for the for our other two friends. If you want to choose a map, I mean, you're the first one here. You get dibs. Can't find it's pinned, Rocky. The pinned message will tell you where to go for the
Maple.
code channel. Ooh, love a
I
good
like
maple.
a good campsite.
Me too. With
Yeah.
4 people, it makes it even more enjoyable.
It's so much fun.
It is. Exotic, thank you for the follow, dude. Brad, welcome in. Tiny Fox, thank you for the 19 months. Mike, thank you for the gifted to honey. Yeah, in the friendo chat, I know it's such a back and forth, and trust me when I say that I'm working with someone to make something better so that it's easier. So that it will like whisper you the code and tell you in chat and like do all the things. Trust me when I say I'm working on it. But for now, it's the easiest, safest way to do it.
I like to chuck them sometimes.
That's okay. It's understandable. Make little piles. Rocky, welcome in. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Thank
How's
you
it
for your
going?
help. I'm so sorry.
No, of course. I know. No, trust me when I say it is not you guys, because like what'll happen is if we open that channel, so Discord's a pain in the ass because it will like not show that channel for everybody. And you have to go out of the way to find the channel to say you want to see the channel. It sucks. But
yeah. Well, happy late Thanksgiving, you guys.
happy late Thanksgiving to you.
Happy
I hope you had
late
all the food.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you look great in your
Thank
turkey
you.
costume.
Thank you. I survived. Crazy. I know. No pardons or anything.
Nope, nothing.
All right.
Ooh, Maple Lodge.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
How's it going? Hi, Katie. When you plan on drinking the smoothie? Soon.
Yep.
Yes,
Soon.
I can.
Hi. Hey, how are you? All right, Maple, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Just ran faster than all the others. That's what it is. See, it's all the training in Phas. It prepared me for this moment. All right, no Orbeez. Please tell me that smoothie's on ice. Absolutely not. Nope.
Ooh, I got some
Not
light.
at all. I know the truck is so bright in this map.
It's very bright. I was
Yeah.
just thinking about. I was like, why is it so bright? in
Yeah,
here?
it's definitely too bright. There's something wrong. All right, I'm gonna do.
They need to dim it just a little bit.
Yeah. All right, what do we got? April Craft. Let's go.
April Craft.
April Craft. No
Is
Slenders.
she the owner of Kraft Mac and Cheese?
Ayo.
I need some free mac and cheese.
I don't know why the mic is so booming. It's so booming. Hope to get into the queue again. Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm going to walk around with a pair mic. Slendy. There's our friend. Found him. Look at all these are open. What the hell? Oh, that's them. There's McSlenders. Hi. I am Sunshine. Yeah, it's closed right now, but...
I got Frank.
Did you say you have Frank?
Breaker, sorry.
Oh, okay. No, you're good. I was like, wait, Frank is over here. What? No Walla. Are they saying things? Love the turkey. Thank you. I promised Chad I would do it. What the f? Okay. I was gonna say, is all the small tent open? We got a music box, by the way. Ooh, she might be over by the cabin, in front of the cabin. What is the smoothie? Leftovers. I thought I heard a giggle.
Ghosty.
I thought I did.
Ghosty.
9 degrees. Yeah, cured smoothie. Ugh.
I don't see any orbs anywhere.
Okay. It's not super cold either.
Is it true that you can see Point Open over here?
Yeah. On certain weather you can. Yeah, so look. So you're looking that way, you can't see it. Slowly look to the right, but keep your eyes to the left.
Slowly look to the...
See it over there?
Oh my god, god,
Why
no
is
way.
it
Yeah,
there
it's
is.
just the render's weird. I don't know why that happens, but you can see it though.
That's so cool.
It was added as a joke. It was an April
Was it
Fool's
really?
joke. Yeah.
That's crazy. I saw like a little video on TikTok and I was like, is that actually true?
It is indeed. You didn't hear the giggle? Oh, please tell me blurp. You guys didn't give me a blurp, right?
What's Ghosty's name again?
I don't even know. Something about cheese. Isn't it April Craft?
It is April Craft.
That's how I remembered the name. Maybe it was closer. Maybe it was closer than what I thought. I thought I saw the blip over that way, but it might have been one of us walking around.
It could have been me.
Yeah. I was facing that direction when I got it. I was like standing over here. Cheese is good. Cheese is good. Could have. Wait. I think it might be near the pooper. Yeah, it's cold over here. I sensed it. All right, I'm gonna leave you alone so you can box.
Are you here?
Favorite cheese? I don't know if I have a favorite cheese. I'm kind of a lover of all cheeses. Most cheeses. Blue cheese I'm not a big fan of. Not my favorite. Not for me. Autumn, have a good one.
We have some late orbs.
Oh my Lanta.
Nice. I'm not getting spirit box.
My ear holes. I'm gonna bring.
I'm gonna take a picture of you.
Okay, cheese.
Right.
Cheese. Oh, that's gonna be so good. I'm gonna hang it up. All right. Do you want to bring UV? I'll bring the salt.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it on the fridge. We play professional when I'm doing viewer games, so we can keep it casual and have fun with it. It's just mold. It's like, who wants that? Oh, I forgot the headlamp again. Son of a bitch. What do we got? Crucifix down. Do we know if it's walking around at all? Bye, Emily. I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Holy crap on a stick. Ew.
It's a baby.
Oh no.
Oh, he died.
Oh, it was a crawling child. Oh no. I was like, why does this heartbeat keep going in, coming away? Wow.
Did that sound kind of like not normal speed, like a little faster?
Gonna be honest, my heartbeat sounded
a little bit.
My heartbeat sounded crazy heavy.
Really?
It did.
It did sound a little loud. It sounded like it was a little fast too.
We do have
I
orbs.
for some reason didn't hear my heartbeat at all.
Do we have dots? Do we have dots over there? Thinking you'll rise you a little bit. It is not another to the kill count. You guys stop it. Hey, did it event? It did now. Oh my god. Hey, Lucifer. That was funny. Hey, is it eventing?
Slam the door in my
Immediately
face.
events on you. Yes. All right. Do that. Do that.
Oh, it blew the power.
Oh no. What's in the smoothie? All my leftovers from Thanksgiving. All of it. Well, you know what I mean. A little bit of everything.
I'm gonna risk it and go grab that power.
Is it hunting them? Oh no. I thought I saw the lights flicker. You tell me this is not a Raiju? It has to be, right? It sounded so fast. Do I like that? I can't see the photo of me. I can't see it.
Oh, it's here. There it is.
Ooh, spicy. No dot child?
He's like, get out.
What's y'all's sanity? Bad. Why can't I? It's just the mechanics of the game. Oh, ew. Oh, my heartbeat. Holy shit. Yeah, it's really loud.
It was here, all right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're fine. They're fine.
Oh, no.
This has to be a Raiju, dude.
Oh, hey.
Ooh, free photo. Thanks.
I mean, when in Rome.
Hey. Uh-oh. 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 Would you F off, you little nerd?
Go away!
We don't have any. Leave us alone. Good grief.
Oh, that was fast.
You little bastard.
I think that might be a Raiju.
Yeah, I think it might be too.
That's what it looks like.
That was definitely faster over that way.
Crikey, it's a crawler.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sold on a Raiju with hey, it was super fast without line of sight anyway.
Yeah.
EMF 5 orbs. We just aren't getting dots. I don't know why.
Did
The
we
same.
get EMF 5?
We did. Wait. Oh, I saw it on the board.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Didn't actually get it in there, but it definitely did not event on you when the EMF 5 happened.
Okay.
We're going to get those dots.
Yeah, I didn't see many events at all. Oh man, look at my sanity.
It did slam a door in my face, so, you know. I saw an event.
Oh, I gotcha.
You know, that's also true. We were sitting there with Ghosty for a hot minute, going around the table, and it never shapeshifted into anything.
Yeah.
It's here.
Nope,
Just
not
do
at
the
all.
dots, you nerd.
Another one? Oh, 3 photos.
Wait a minute. Do we have toe?
We don't. We need to save Toe.
I'll be back. Rescue mission. Send that Raiju to Crawlhalla. I see what you did there. Toe! I got you. Shame.
We got that 3rd photo.
Let's go.
Hurry.
Nice. There we go. Now we're talking.
Yay! And
Yay!
Toe was saved.
Uh-oh. Why we're missing a friend.
Those are the footage. Oh no.
Why are we missing a friend?
Yeah, I don't know where I was going. I like kind of left.
Wait, are they? Hey, why'd you take Toe? Hey!
I don't know where I was going. I got lost for a second.
That's okay.
How are we still not?
I made
Oh
it
my
over
God,
to
there it
that
goes.
little
Yep.
Campsite.
100% dots. Just saw it.
Yeah, you saw him?
Yep.
Nice. Alright. 100% Raiju.
Flash, I don't recommend that you drink that smoothie. Listen.
Set?
Yeah. I think
I'm
so.
all set.
Let's bring our friend back. Where's Toe? We got Toe right here.
Sorry, friend.
Yay, Toe.
Miss you.
Miss you. Toe's right there. It's fine. They were just protecting Toe. I've not killed anyone.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Who wants to
Jay
do
Smith.
nails?
I'm down.
I'm always down for nails.
Samesies.
I haven't played Nose yet.
Oh, it is so good. You'll love it.
Oh my goodness.
It's so much
It's so
fun.
good. There's a lot of interactions. There's a lot of stuff that you can mess with, which is super cool.
We should do the Easter egg at the end for
We can do that. Yeah.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah. We'll do the Easter egg at the end. You don't do it in the middle of the map, because if you do it in the middle of the map, it sucks. It's so loud. So loud. Yay, and it's not...
What do we need?
And it's not snowing. Lovely.
Motion sense, cleanse, and photo.
All right. I inevitably end up doing sound, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do sound. Oh, sorry about that.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. My bad. My bad. I was trying to grab the flashlight. Sorry.
Thanks for
Sorry about that. All right. I got this. Got that. All right. Draw.
Oh, look at this beautiful night.
I know.
Beautiful map.
It's
Love it.
I cannot wait. I know you already said this, but I
Don't
cannot
forget the
wait
headlamp.
for them to do Christmas stuff on this map.
Yes.
It's gonna be
that's
so cool.
It's going to look great. All right. No there. Need to crank that volume back.
Fingers crossed for you that it's not in this hallway.
Listen, I go here first every time with expectations that it's just going to be anyway.
Yeah.
So that when it's not, I get excited and I can just move on.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Break room. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yay. Oh, can I be honest? I don't know if I've ever had a ghost in the break room.
They're
EMF 3.
Okay, it's throwing stuff. It's chucking donuts and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Almost December. I know. Unholy. Thank you for the 4 months. Whoa. This ghosty's active. My God.
Lots of EMF 3.
Got it.
Yeah, it's chucking all kinds of crap in here. It just wants to play games.
You're welcome.
Oh heck yeah.
That's what it is. Ooh, sound. Oh, careful. She's huffing in the kitchen. I don't know what she found. I think she must have found a whippet.
That was
careful.
Oh,
that sounds crazy.
Does anybody have a photo camera? I'll go get one if we don't.
I do not. I have sound and sound.
Oh, cool.
That goes for.
I'm gonna find the bone and I'll let you know where it is.
EMF 4.
Ghosty.
Evented.
Firefly, thank you for the raid. Hello. Welcome in. Found the squirty cream. Here, I'll bring some squirty cream into the room. I'll go bring some in the room. Hold on. There's some right here. Maybe she was doing it telepathically. Oh. You gonna get that? Here, it's for you. No, it's for you.
Hello?
It's for you. Oh, dots!
Oh, dots! I
Saw
just
that. Also, there you go.
What is that?
Squirty cream. You don't put that on your pretzel?
Can I borrow your photo camera, sir?
A little squirty cream on the pretzel?
On the ground.
Thank you very much.
Any UV.
Hold on. Groan. Oh, can we delete the sound, please? Got groaning again.
There you go.
What the hell? How long has there been a backpack down here?
I don't see any UV.
Okay. Squirty cream, squirty cream.
Gotta wake up in 5 hours.
Wake up in 5 hours? Damn. Gotta wake up in 5 hours for work?
No.
Oh. For fun?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I have to wake up in 5 hours, but it's for fun. Okay. You get to wake up in 5 hours.
No, it's to go hunt.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Found the boner.
That's, all right. Map always reminds me of Doc's mustard on pancakes. I know. Ghost, you gonna like a vent or something? Hot shot, you feeling it? No, not today.
That's the magical box that talks.
Oh.
Are you here?
You
Are
gonna
you
be
here? Oh,
photogenic.
she's here. Oh, She's
Got all the
here, alright.
sounds. Hey, yo.
Are you here?
Quick, run. Ugh. There we go. We're good. We're good. But he's hunting right now. Oh, touche. That's actually a very fair point. Don't worry. It's for fun. That's right. You know, to go do something where I have to be very alert. It's fine. What's it going to do? Try to kill you or something? Orbs, salt. I'm going to go ahead and hit record. If it comes in here, oh boy. Something bad just happened, didn't it?
Yeah, one of our friendies is dead.
I wasn't even in the map. Don't you dare.
Oh man.
I wasn't even in there. Don't you dare.
She followed him into the bathroom.
She walked right past me in the break room. Like she walked.
Your
right past the
lobby.
door, and I was
Okay.
standing right
All
inside,
right.
and she didn't even look at me.
Okay. I have another Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'm dreading it. I like the company, but I know who the leftovers are going to go home with. Wait. What the hell did I just walk up to? That was kind of crazy sounding.
Yeah.
It's
Alright.
too bad we have Frank.
Wank. Ow!
Well, damn. That was
Ow.
aggressive.
All right. After this, can we stop at the
We need-
hospital?
Sure thing.
Okay.
We need a photo of the ghost.
Get those second-degree burns looked at for you.
Okay. It's a banshee. You're next.
A whole bunch of playing with the lights, but not a whole bunch of showing her ass.
Hey, yo. All right. You won't need it again, nerd.
We weren't getting UV, so I doubt it's a banshee, but that was really strange that she
Oh, squirty cream.
Hey.
Hey.
Can he like set it off as a ghost?
Yes, they can.
Do the thing.
Yes, they can. So if they right click, they can set it
That's
off
so
and then just
cool.
throw it on the ground. Show them, Ghosty. Show them.
Yeah, do it. Do the thing.
Show them the cream. No, you got to turn it on first.
Yeah, you get turn it on.
Is that a turkey onesie? That's correct. No, it's not on. All right, is it out? Did it run out of cream?
Did it run out?
There's more cream in the fridge.
It is. Oh, they
If
said
you
it
need
is
it.
on. Oh, no, no, no. I wasn't paying attention. I was worried about the cream. Oh.
Oh no.
We have another cruise here with
Okay.
on it left.
Let's find out where it's
You wanna bring
walking.
it out there?
Gosh, dang it. Yeah, I guess. Where's this thing walking around anyway?
I got a motion sensor.
I see your priorities. Wait, do you already have motion? No, we don't. Where the hell does Ghost at?
When she spawned for her hunt, she spawned out like in here or down at the end of the
Got the
hole.
salt. Okay. She might hit it now. She's walking back and forth in the hallway over here.
I'll leave it there.
Got it.
There it is.
And crucifix time. Not the
There's
cream.
no UV.
Flash is touching you.
She won't do it.
Oh.
Oh, I got all the videos. No, the salt's a duplicate. Shit, we gotta delete it. Delete it. Delete the salt.
Delete it. Delete it. Delete it.
Delete it fast. Go, go, go. Okay.
Got it.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Now I can get the crucifix. Yeah, I don't know why the squirty cream's not showing. I said it's on for him, but it's not on for us. You thirsty?
Yeah.
Come on, Ghost. I'm ready this time.
Do the ting.
1, 2.
Oh.
3.
Did you get that?
Yeah. All right. We need one more photo.
We need a photo of the
yeah.
ghost.
It
Oh.
totally moved out to this hallway, by the way.
I need to cleanse it too. Okay. Oh, ghost is getting a drink. Hot water. What the hell?
Oh, yeah, it's totally up.
There we go. You got this. I believe in you. You're gonna get that photo. I'm gonna smudge. We're gonna live.
Will.
Okay.
Do we want to move Dots out to that hallway now that it moved room?
Touche. I'm smudging. Smudging.
I'm bringing the other one so we can cover the whole hall up.
Oh no!
Listen.
Oh. Is she stuck in the wall for you?
She might be.
Oh no.
Battle passed. Hey, homie.
That wasn't very nice. Oh, Dots! Look at that.
This is one of those reverse deer heads I heard about. Did they have 2 smudges on them? What the hell?
Oh. Still have a smudge if you need one. So.
All right. I've got one too.
Have one, okay.
Yeah.
Keep that one as backup.
I don't feel right having squirty cream in this room anymore. I'm gonna put this over here. All right.
It's getting pretty cold. Oh, 1.2. Are we gonna have freezing? Is that what we're waiting on?
I don't know. We're waiting. We definitely need a ghost photo.
Come on. It's so close.
I see the breath. I see the breath. New age yoga. I'm gonna stop this for now. Oh, there's one behind. That's a goo. That's a goo. That's a goo. That's a goo. What evidence do we have?
Dots and orbs. It's hunting.
Is this a yokai?
We were really close to it.
I'm gonna smudge it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sus. If I see this motion sensor go off, I'm gonna hit it.
Okay. Did it cut our breaker?
I don't. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, it's cooking.
Just typing up an email.
Is that our?
Hello? What?
I'm sorry. Can
Sorry?
dead players do the code on the safe? Oh shit!
Oh my god!
No, it's too late. No. No. I can't delete it. Shit.
Oh, you got burned crucifix, so at least you got some money.
What the hell? You're telling me that friends can enter the code on the safe?
Can they open it?
Here,
Is that
friend.
open?
Here, go ahead, friend.
Yeah.
Here, take the card. Go, friend, go. Are you guys able to take the card?
If they can do it while dead, that's amazing.
I don't know if they'll be able to, because I don't know if they'll be able to place the card. No? Oh, they're saying they can't.
Oh. Ghosty's right here. Don't like that.
Can't drag the door open, yeah.
Okay, it's getting down to like 1.0.
All right, I gotta go look at something.
And then keeps going back up. So I don't think we're like
Yeet.
Ooh, okay.
For those of you that just popped in,
She
maybe you
damn
didn't
near
see what was
spawned
on the
on
other
my
side of the
face.
wall. It's this.
Yeah,
Are we pretty sold on the yokai?
I think so.
Spirit
she
box,
wasn't coming
orbs, dots. Oh, wait. Hold on. Where's the spirit box?
To you. In the break room.
All right, let me give this a whirl. Where are you?
Get away.
Yep.
Oh my god. Are you for real?
Yep. All right.
What the hell?
Player models tonight have been
Oh,
dude.
do you think we
I
have
don't.
time to do Easter egg or no?
Oh, we could. Oh, you know what? We could do that. You're right.
One of our dead friends hasn't seen it.
They have not. Okay, so this ghost is probably gonna hunt. So careful, SpongeBob.
You know, I think I might let you just do that first.
Okay.
Flash, look out!
Thanks. There we go. I made sure to smudge so we had time.
Perfect.
All right. It's yokai. What's gonna happen? It's gonna try to eat my face off. What do you mean? All right. Card in there.
I get the moonies.
Get the dollar. There you go. There's the dollar. You want to put the coin in the machine?
Heck yeah.
All right. Hold on. Give me a second, okay?
Nope.
All right. I'm ready.
All right, open wide.
Ah. All right.
How'd it taste?
It's delish.
Delicious.
Just like squirty cream.
Yum.
Ah, hello, friend. There he is. That's Nell. The turkey ate the skull. That's right.
Look at that.
Yummy. Delicious. Could use some squirty cream. Yeah, a little bit. That's the gray stuff.
Oh.
It's delicious.
All right. Yokai.
Yeah, I got the yokai. Oh, what a stinky. Make an adorable turkey. Oh, Cass, thanks. You know, I try sometimes. Sometimes. Redash, thank you for the Prime. Dragon, thank you for the 3 months.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Yokai.
Don't bother me. Hey, look at that.
That's
And you got the
awesome.
card. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Times where I am,
The thing
11:15.
was gray and white.
Oh yeah, that's true. So what I would do
Yeah,
is if you go, I would go and do it so you can see it in color. You could even do it on a hunt where it doesn't hunt you, like Friendly Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
it's
definitely
worth it.
recommend. It's very cool.
It's really fun.
The wishbone.
Mhm.
That
Friends.
ghost is mean to me.
It's okay. It's mean to all of us. Thank you guys for the games.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you guys. Had a
This
blast.
was amazing.
I will see you guys in
Good night,
chat.
good night.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Bye, Flash.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
How do you find the code to the safe? So it's an Easter egg.
Oh.
I got you covered. To find the code to the safe, if you're trying to find it naturally, it's an Easter egg. So you have to go find it. That's the thing. Juju, Neo, you guys are coming in. And then I have room for one for a possible mod if they want to join. I will ask mods first if there's any that want to join. The queue is not open, friends. Mayor, come on in, Fran. Come on in, Fran. So we'll get a mayor. Hi, Juju.
Whoa, hello.
You're not a mod. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was amazing. Got to hang out with my niece, and she's so freaking adorable.
Oh, there you go.
And she had whipped cream for the first time, so she kept going back for more, and she
Squirty cream.
ate it all up. Yeah. Perfect.
How old are they?
He is 2.5.
Oh my goodness. Gotta get to
He's
bed.
got
Good night,
snacks and
Callie.
everything.
Thank you, friend. Can't find the code. If you do you see the friendo chat? If you see that, it's pinned in there, the Phasmo code channel. It should be there. Whipped cream's gross. No, lies. Whipped cream's great. Whipped cream is delish. Mod for someone else. Does that count? Good night, Monkey Hat. Have a good one, dude. Got it? There you go. Let's go. And then Mayor's gonna join this crew to round it out. Dude, I might have to take this off at some point. I'm getting too hot. We're getting warm.
Hey.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Whoa, wait, hold on. It's working. Hello, what's up?
Yeah, we hear you.
What's up? I just got this mic working.
Hey, nice. Can I show the special trophies? Yeah, they're ready.
Oh my god, I've never played with Mayor before. Hi, Mayor.
Yeah.
Playing with Mare?
First of all, how dare you? For the whipped cream. I love whipped cream.
Hi, Mare. How's it going?
All right. Got the mannequin room. Nice. Oh, it's a shade boo.
How's it going?
All right. Oh,
Doing
Bleezy. Love a Bleezy.
Yeah, I love Bleezy.
Me
Let's
too.
do whatever.
Let's go. Toilet steak. Let's go. Gonna stay for the Thanksgiving leftovers? Thanks. I'll do it after this group. After the crew.
We are
Graveyard
waiting
Keeper?
for the
Nice.
one. Oh, there they are.
Don't eat pie. I love pie. No lucky orbicals.
Oh, come on. Every single time.
What happened?
Every single time? What?
Every single time. The parabolic. Every time I come and play
Oh,
a
the
game.
sound. Yeah, it gets
Every
like a
single
little,
time.
it gets a little muffled.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
weird sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got that too.
All right. I'm going to get that guy. I'm going to
good,
get that
we're good.
guy. And I'm going to get this guy. Yeah. Let's rock.
Let's do this.
What type of game is it? Graveyard Keeper? It's a spooky one.
Breaker is on.
Roger that.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to look for orbicals. Nothing here.
Flash, I got the stick.
What do you have? A steak? Oh, thank you.
I make your toilet steak.
There we go. Beautifully done.
Oh.
Beautifully done.
Yum.
Wait a minute. Hey, Mayor, where are you?
Oh, no.
In the living room?
Can you come to the bathroom to see the toilet steak, please? So correct me if I'm wrong. Does that steak look weird? It doesn't
Might
look.
look a little darker.
It doesn't look as yeah. It looks darker.
It definitely looks darker.
It does not look as fresh. It looks like they cooked it.
It kind of reminds
But
me
still
like,
kept it
of
raw.
the one in Nell's Diner.
Yeah, the two dark steaks in there, like they did something. There's something wrong with the steak. What a weird thing.
It's still mooing.
It
So
does look like a
weird.
liver. All right, well, great. Now I have something to yell at them about. All right, what'd you do to my steak?
Hey, we got the monkey paw.
Nice. I knew something seemed weird. It does look darker.
Did you steal it from Flash?
You steal my paw.
No. Don't know what you're talking about.
All right. How do you sync the lights to I do that with an app. With Lumia stream.
Oh, I found the ghost.
Ooh, where?
Bathroom?
Actually in here?
It's in the back.
Oh.
Yeah, it's 9 degrees.
I never
9
get this
degrees and dropping.
bathroom.
I get this bathroom a little too much.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Right here.
Are you here?
Yeah.
Are you near?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
How
wait.
many pickles can you stick up your butt?
A lot. Oh, there's we have UV.
Yeah, UV.
Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Give me a sec. Hold on. Sorry. I'm gonna try to be useful.
6 footsteps is too much.
There we go. There we go. Okay, you may continue. I'm sorry.
Hey. Where are you?
I was helpful.
Are you here?
You always get the master. It's just a dry aged steak.
I don't think it's...
Did it cut the power? What a turd.
Yeah.
Turd. I don't think pickle goes with turkey. No, not usually. Ooh, Oliver, welcome in. What's up, Joey?
Just took the power out. I can get it on.
Roger that. It's 5 degrees. Yeah. Yeah, cut the sound. Christy, another sound.
Breakers on.
You have a camera?
Thank you. Photo camera should be on the ground. It was on the ground. Where'd it go?
I don't
Isn't
know.
it? Oh, it's right there. It was under the video camera. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh well.
Oh.
It's okay.
For footsies?
Yeah.
Oh.
Coming in with a camera booked and fire.
Fire extinguisher, paranormal laughing. Just another sound. I'll be ready to rock. Come on, Ghosty. You can do it.
Are we waiting for a ghost to blow out a firelight?
Us or the ghost? Ooh. Oh, it was us. Okay.
Flash found a sound.
No. I thought the ghost touched the door. That was weird.
Oh.
I think it was Friendo.
I thought you were running
What?
over with
Oh
a
yeah,
sound
I
recorder.
was opening doors if you were.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah, I was trying to keep a lookout for the bone.
We do have hiding literally right here. I mean, it's a little sus, but it works though.
that
The
spot has
office.
saved me
A little
couple
close.
times.
Closet is also open.
Okay.
Just
Office
it's a
closet is
little
always
close,
open.
but it's alright. It'll work. That's a scare.
Oh, the sound right. Oh, EMF 5.
Oh, EMF 5.
I'll take it.
You
Yahtzee.
beat an EMF 5? Oh,
I would
Gloria's on
never
the list.
sacrifice a friend. That's absolutely correct. Jin
Great.
Gorio. Oh, possible Gurio.
Wait, it turned off the power, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a Jin.
We might have a Gorio in our hands. Do you want to check for that, Mayor? Hey, what's up, E-Man?
Yeah. Oh. What was that? It's normal. Hey, you turned off the lights.
It was hard.
I hear
don't see
what
any.
sounds like an EMF 4. Must have been a one-frame event. Flash just might not save them. Hey,
Actually, let me.
I try my best.
Oh, you have the UV. Okay.
Come on, Ghosty. Here, let me get that out of there too.
You have writing?
Oh, writing. It's a my lane.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind that. We just need to
Yeah.
drop
I
load.
need
Play with
2
the
more
ball now?
video.
Oh.
We need 2 more video. We need 2 more photo,
And 2
and
more
the sounds are
pictures.
good. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Song, how are you? Hey, Field, what's up, dude? What a turd. What an absolute turd butt. What are friends for if not for sacrifice? I do not sacrifice anybody. It is never my fault. Never. Unless I do it on purpose, then it is my fault. Which is like never.
Salt could be a pretty easy footprint from UV and video.
I will bring more salt and another crucifix for funsies.
Thank you kindly.
Word, word, word. He admitted it. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Mayor's saving pets. Let's go. I'm good. How's it going?
Also, I believe Ghost turned the power off.
No, power's still on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I guess it just turned the light off again.
All right, I'm going to put this one out here. All right, I'm going to do that.
Actually, do
Huh?
I trust this camera coming off the tripod?
Maybe. It might be okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna record the
so far.
salt over here.
Yeah, I got this one.
Video? Oh, okay, okay. I got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you get video
Oh,
of...
I didn't see you holding the camera.
Yeah. You can do it. No, 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 you're good.
Okay.
I was the sound guy. I'll tell you what.
This one did attempt to record the salt, so I know it's not bugged.
All right, I'm gonna sit over here next to this crucifix just in case.
Sounds good.
Who am I playing with today? We're playing with
Just so you
viewers.
Walk out of the room, please.
Right now we have Juju, we have Neo, and we have Mayor.
You can also take a photo of the writing book.
Did we not get a
I've located the book.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let it rip.
Oh, but I just missed the salt.
Wow, dude. After
Alright, it's
all
fine.
that work.
But, it's fine. It's fine. Look at this one. We got a third try.
All right, I'm sit. Whoop. Wait a minute. Oh, I could have. Okay. Well, next time I can record it. We could also record an object thrown.
What's happening?
Trying to record things.
Very important job, and I will not fail for the
I'm
third time
staring
in a
at this crucifix. He is staring at that salt. We are ready for videos.
Oh, okay.
I keep hearing it throwing
Screw
things.
it behind you.
Oh, did it really?
Oh,
look,
hello.
Oh, I got
Okay.
door moved.
Hey, door move.
That works.
Hey, I got door moved.
You don't seem very ready. I am. It's throwing things behind me like a jerk. I'm gonna go over here. Nice try, butthole.
Flash, are we gonna play with the monkey paw?
I mean, we could. I don't know how much we could. I don't know what kind of plane we could do and change the weather and stuff like that.
Well, just like tanking sanity, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you change the weather, that'll at least tank one person's sanity. Not tank, but drop it enough. So when is the plucking? There is no plucking.
Where was the paw foot?
It's in the office over here.
Still in there?
Guys, I have ads in like 3 minutes. Just a heads up, just so you're aware.
Cool.
Or you can grab the paw. Either way, it works.
Got it.
Oh, we got all the
Hey,
video.
yo.
We just need sanity.
All right. We just need sanity now. Hey, Drewski, what's up, dude?
Sanitize.
Scorpion, hello.
Flash, what weather are you feeling?
You know what?
What?
Dealer's choice.
Go ahead.
Oh, my floor just
Whatever
went
you're
black
feeling.
for no reason.
You know
Yeah,
what?
let's do this.
Same thing's happening to me. That carpet over there?
Yep.
Yep.
It was like walking up here. Yep.
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 You know what? You
Yep.
found the paw. You make the wish. Go ahead.
All right.
There's
You found the paw. You make the
get-
wish. You pick your weather.
Ooh.
Pick your weather.
Everyone is basically around 40%.
Roger that.
Ooh. I don't have a
I
smudge.
wish for
I have a
fall.
lighter. I was gonna make that same wish.
Lovely.
Fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine. Da, 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 da,
So,
da.
maybe I should grab a smudge.
What's going on over here?
Just hanging out. You know, having a good old time.
Don't forget Josie.
I thought Mare already grabbed. I
yeah.
saw Mare with a pet plate.
Oh, I got Odin though.
Okay.
Yeah, I already got Josie.
Yeah. Yeah, Mare's already grabbed a couple of pets.
Sweet.
They're
Let's
already in there.
go.
I thought I seen it. Who am I playing with? These friends.
Someone has to.
These friends.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Someone's
dark.
got to do it.
Oh dang.
Need the sanity to
noticed-
go down.
I've noticed the monkey paw side effects are a little extreme for.
They can be depending on
there's a
what
lot of
you
bad
wish
to be good.
for. So like,
That's
if you
true,
wish for
that's true.
knowledge, it's rough. You lose a lot of
Oh,
sight
yeah.
and also can't hear.
We're good.
Oh yeah.
Love the costume. Thank you. We're good. Run.
Run for it. Oh, okay, and then it kills
Run. Is it hot under the costume? 100%.
They even say Zuko.
Hey.
Cat.
Look at the pets. Look at them. Look at them.
It's like I was saying, 6 steps is too much.
Turn on the AC. You think my AC is not
We're ghost
on?
hunters,
You think I
and yet
purposely
6
turned it
steps
off?
is way too much.
All right. Nicely done, team. Moving on.
Got a cool one, right?
We ride.
Go.
Miling.
We need to get like
AKB,
cards or
welcome in.
something on the next one.
Need to get what? Need to get what? Oh, thank God. I thought it broke. Perfection. All right. Where to?
Oh my gosh. I turned around and saw the trophies on the cabinet. I was like, I don't remember getting those.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's got those.
Yeah, I got.
And
I
no
got, yeah,
deaths.
those are totally mine.
Ads are about to play, friends. Just a heads up.
We could do whatever. I'm down for whatever. Just maybe not high school, right, Flash?
All right. Well, there's prison. That's not high school.
That's
Okay.
true. We could do prison. Yeah, you know what? Fine. We could do prison. Whatever.
I don't care.
Turned out for what?
Whatever. Let's just do whatever.
What's going to happen? Friday was good. Friday went very well. Hey, fog.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
For bonus orbs.
There's a whole bunch of two, 3 night
Nothing
vision now.
that I can see as of now.
Possibly harmless, but be careful out there.
You can see some in this cam, possibly from there. All right, I'm not seeing any
I need to play
orbs.
prison more.
With more people, it is.
Highlight
even more.
EMF and photo.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna leave the parabolic. Actually, here.
Ah,
Flash, you want a
hello.
thermo?
Wasting everything. No, I
Want
got a
the
pair
thermo?
mic.
can
I got a
take
pair
it.
mic.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. I'll take that.
Yeah.
We good?
All is swell. I'm gonna bring this to check for orbs if we find the room. Oh, night vision. Someone's night vision. It's not mine. Hey, Sono, what's up?
Where are you off to in such a hurry?
I just
Oh.
grabbed a photo camera, took a picture.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going back and getting something else.
Do you like the cards?
I do when I'm playing with other people.
That's fair. That's
It's
fair.
more
So
entertaining that way.
We gotta do. Family
TR, I have no idea if they actually do. I'm playing with viewers, friend. Has been an update. The last time I played was when the Chronicle update came out. Oh, there's definitely been changes since then. Yeah. The diner's new. I'm assuming Mayor came in here to check for power. Maybe not.
Ghost is upstairs.
Roger that.
Hey, I was just on my way.
Actually, let me double check, because
Monkey, Dino, hello. Or Dino.
it's either upstairs or upstairs in A block.
I was about to cut across to A block.
Oh, so it's more towards the A block area.
It's either like the pharmacy or the
Keep watching this turkey. Hey!
Oh,
You talking about me?
Because I heard it laugh at me through the parabolic.
It's not very nice.
just found something very amusing. We don't know what, but it
You thinking it might
You
not
heard
be here?
anything?
I have not. I haven't heard anything.
So I saw the symbol go upstairs, but I
Right. I might step back for a sec.
Yeah, it's in the warden's office.
Okay.
7 degrees in here.
Really?
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, it's here.
Do you think he's a tasty turkey?
Hey, the
I think
power's
that's
here.
unnecessary.
Power's on.
Roger that. What'd you say?
That it works out that the ghost is in the
Oh, yeah.
same room as the.
Not a mare.
It's like as soon as I turned the power on, it turned the light on.
Ah, we have orbs. Where can I place this?
Flash, I have to ask you something. You just reminded.
What's up?
What inspired the whole "we have balls" that one day?
Where are you?
Wait, when did I do that? Oh, it's taking a wee.
That was when we played at Moon.
Oh, that was Moon. Oh, that was definitely Moon. They're the ones that say that they have balls all the time. Oh, yeah.
Got it. I was wondering because, like, I heard it once and then everyone started running with it.
Oh, no. I don't know if they started that or not, but they're the first ones I heard that obsessively called it balls.
Got it.
We also have spirit box, by the way.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah. It's definitely
Guys and
Moon.
your balls. What are you?
What?
You
Should we
guys
just
and your
harass
balls.
it and
It's,
test for
what do you
it,
mean you
okay?
got? It was Moon. Moon Buddy's the one that started
I
it.
meant you guys. I meant you guys. Like you guys.
Oh, okay. I got you. Turn this one off. There we go. Call it up snow. Yeah, that's usually what I call it. Tier 4 squares. Oh man, I went back. A clip popped up of that recently for me. Whenever we set the settings for the game as low as I could possibly make them. Yeah, that randomly popped up for me. Hey Pink, what's up? How are you?
Oh, hey, how are you?
Oh, hey, how are you? Okay, we have spirit box, we have herbs, and it can't be a mare.
Flash, what's our average?
We are sitting at a nice crisp 60, like 2 or 3.
Alright, thank you.
And remember, it can't be a mare, so we're sitting at a yokai or an onryo, which is dots or freezing.
I mean, I could go harass it by talking to it and see if it burns a cruci.
Yeah, I'd say YOLO.
Okay.
We might also want to check for UV, because it might be a mimic. It's free.
Sure.
I think the odds of it being a mimic are probably low. Probably low. I just say the ghost has his orbs out. He pulled his orbs out. Are we thinking the odds of this being a mimic pretty slim?
What was it?
I'm assuming that we have not had ultraviolet multiple times.
Oh, I don't think any of us have checked for it yet.
Oh, I'm going to bring ultraviolet in.
Yeah, I was just already beating on myself. Like, oh wait, yeah, I totally should have brought salt. And you.
Doing what to yourself?
Beating down on myself, but it's fine.
Oh, okay, Roger.
It's good. Mistakes happen.
Oh, the power's on. Missed stakes. Goes to your orbs are showing. Bumblebee tuna. Alright, we'll bring the UV. Watch this be an effing mimic, dude. I swear to God. Play VR again soon? I would love to. I just gotta get everything set up again. Man, I was about to say, you won't touch nothing as it freaking touches the door. What a hero.
Yeah.
All right, let me put some salt down just to see.
How many lights was that?
All right, go. Oh.
Oh, tapped in salt.
Me.
Is that one firelight? I like that. Okay, cool. I just didn't know if it was lit before or anything. Oh, another cell.
All right, there's another step. I haven't had UV a single time.
Unless it's mimicking an obake, I don't.
Yeah,
think
but the
it's UV.
chances of it mimicking an obake that many, like, to not show ultraviolet that many times in a row.
That's true.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh my God, it does not
You
like
okay?
suck.
You okay?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Not like you.
It's fine.
Actually, funny you mentioned that, Flash. I got absolutely freaking bested by a mimic on the weekly last week, I think.
Oh my Lanta.
Got two. Yep, you got Shadow Ghost.
Got the video of it.
Accidentally took a duplicate.
No, you're good. You got the photo.
There's two. There's. We
Another?
get it.
Oh, it's right there.
It did it again.
I'm gonna hold a video camera.
There we go.
Wait.
Did you say you have the video camera? Okay.
No, I'm gonna hold it now.
Okay.
Just because Ghosty's getting a little friendly.
It's okay. It's okay. It's gonna hunt you right about now.
That's third. That's a third, I think. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
there it is.
Need another video and another sound.
Ghost orb, fire. You know what? I should have been.
Hey, Miss Berry.
Photo too.
Well, crikey.
We don't have motion sense. I could just do that.
Where is the audio recorder? Oh, it's right there. Where are you? There we go.
Well, that was easy.
I was like, wait, we got that. Okay. There's that. We just need
Come on,
a
Ghost.
video.
I know it's
A video.
It won't do it. Flash. Y'all
Just call it names. Trying to get your giblets.
I found. Oh no, never mind.
Oh, did you say you found the bone?
No.
Oh,
I don't feel that trick.
tease. I was gonna look for the bone. I was gonna follow in her footsteps and try to find it. I'm on my Wii. Ask the cards where the bone is. I did not do it yet, no. I was going to do it after these games, so that way I'm not holding anybody up. God, this room just looks...
Got it.
Nice! No boner jam.
Hey guys, I think the ghost is on.
Uh-oh. Probably one of the blocks, probably. Hey, Nettie. My holiday was good. How was yours? You think they smudged? Good. No boner
Oh,
jam
ghost took the
there.
power out and the power's in its room.
Oh, I did find a bone.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Nice. I just started searching. Good job. Hell yeah.
It was in the hallway downstairs.
Evangeline! Thank you for the 2 months. Thank you for the sub, friend.
Terror roulette?
I mean, listen, when in Rome, eh?
Oh, it's hunting again.
Oh, what a booger.
I just tried to push the door and it wouldn't go.
What a
It's stuck.
what a booger.
It's stuck.
Open.
The door's stuck.
It's okay.
Oh man.
It's fine.
But actually, it's hunting. It's just.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. It was Flash.
IRS, thank you for the 4th Prime. I did nothing. How dare you? I've been playing Phaz off and on for like 4 years, dude.
Okay, Batman. That's crazy. Still hunting. Oh my god.
I know. Know any good voice
Some
modifying
people.
app by chance? Voice mod.
When is this gonna stop?
Come on, Ghosty, you can do it.
Hey, it's done.
There we go. Pain, thank you for the subs. All right,
The door's
well,
open. I don't know where the
guess we gotta do it like this. What the fuck was that? 2?
Oh, okay.
It's fine. The tower.
The sun. Oh, that's not what we want.
Doo. Messing everything up. I didn't do anything.
The devil.
Oh, Jesus, why'd you pick me? Why me? I'm gonna smudge. I'm smudging. I'm smudging. All right, I bought us time.
Why?
Unless it's death, and then we die.
That's true. That's true. I have a smudge.
Okay. Me. Let's go. Tower. Awesome. Great.
Come on, hanged man. Death.
Oh, God. Nettie, thank you for the subs, friend. Thank you so much. I was so confused when that sound played like twice back to back. We're doing what we have to do. I'm itching to add to the game. What do you mean? Appreciate you, Mr. Song. But the ghost didn't get the celebrate Thanksgiving being stuck in prison. You don't know that? Maybe it had a meal. You don't know. Is it over?
No, not yet. I'm constantly clicking this light.
You wish to play the game? Then buy the game.
Now it's done.
All right. I think I
Let's not do that again.
I think
that
I
was
went.
me,
Yeah, there you
so
go.
you go. I pulled the death, of course.
The sun, yellow. The green.
Feel fortune fool.
Okay. Hermit. Pretty crappy deck.
Oh yeah. Come on, where's the interesting? Death. Okay. Well,
Oh, dang it.
at least it's not near us. At least it's not near us.
Wait, why is it?
Oh, it must have hit
Crucifix?
that other Cruci, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Man, okay, so
Nightmare kill chain. There's no
that
kill
was-
chain.
That deck wasn't the greatest.
You know, sometimes you get a good deck of cards, and sometimes it's crap. You know.
Can I point something out though?
Yeah.
Nobody died.
Yeah. Quick, shut the door.
That's very true. That's true.
Quick,
let me
the
go.
ghost is gonna come
Let
in
me
here.
go.
No, don't do it.
There we go. I gotta go.
Don't do it. No. Everybody lived. That's new. We're not used to this. This is new. Yay!
Oh, that was great.
Everybody live. Yay!
That was great.
Good games, friends. Thank you guys for joining. That was a
Have fun
blast.
with your smoothie.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate
oh,
it.
yeah, you gotta do that.
Yeah, have so much fun with that.
It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna
that's
send
gonna
you
be
all a
great.
little bit, okay? Just like a little shot of it, just so you can
No.
enjoy. Okay.
That sounds
Oh,
It'll be at your
no
door.
thanks.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. All right, turn this back up.
Welcome back. I've got some
Be the
jobs
first one to
ready
die.
for you.
No. There's an on-running. It's an on-running gag that when we do viewer games, it's frequent that people die and then they blame me for it, like it's my fault, like I did something. Drifter, thank you for the subs. All right, let me. You didn't? What? It's not plain Flash Day. I need to blend this thing up. Do I? Yeah, I did. I brought a straw and everything. So it's going to be so bad. I have a chaser with me, so that's okay. Exit sign. Hello, how are you? You failed to say no. But the last group lived. What do you mean? Are you going to gag? It's hard to say. I do have a trash can though. I don't know how well you can see. I hope I don't pop a breaker or some shit. I really hope that I don't pop a breaker. All right. I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and end it in the other places so we can do this smoothie real fast. YouTubes and talks. Thank you guys so much for all the love today, friends. I appreciate you. We will continue though to do the things, Did you have to drink the whole thing? No. I don't have to chug it. Oh God, that's there's so much in there. There's no way. There's so much. All right. I'm going to try to blend this right here. I'm going to mute myself so it's not super loud. What is in it? An entire day of leftovers. Yeah. So, turkey, there's gravy, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, stuffing, squash casserole. What else? You played Public Room and got everyone killed in those randoms. That was probably even less my fault. It's not good. Yeah, it's not going to be good. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Gonna eat your family? Yeah, they deserve it. No, there's no cranberries. We did not have cranberries. No. All right, I'm going to mute myself to do this. It was weird. It wasn't working. It wasn't working, but I got it to work. Okay. I have the can at the ready. Stop. Get some help. Oh, man. So the fan just blew the smell my way. That is weird as shit. That's strong, whatever the. Oh, is there a dock here? Oh, Doc, you probably want to look away. Through a straw? Yeah, through a clear straw, just to really kick it up a notch. All right, I am ready to chase it, though. Risk it for the biscuits would be pretty fucking gross. Bottoms up. Gonna need a dock after this? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, that's a lot of senses at once. Nope, 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 nope. That's enough of that. Nope, absolutely not. Nope. Nope, absolutely not. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope, no shot. No way in hell. Absolutely not. The shaking. No, unfortunately, you can never tell with that because I naturally just shake a lot. So that's not a very good tell for me. I could wake up and I would still have the same like handshake. It's just I've always had it. Get back in there. Nope, absolutely not. Nope. If I puke on stream, I get in trouble. Why a goal? Yeah, I said I was gonna do a after Thanksgiving stream where we turn the leftovers into a shake and I wear a turkey costume. I was gonna try to play a turkey horror game, but I couldn't find any good ones. Hi, Maddie. Yeah, I couldn't find any good ones. Maybe if you warmed it. Absolutely not. No. No. No way in f***ing hell. Why would you subject yourself? You know, it's more like pushing my boundaries. You know, it's more like pushing the boundaries. What I'm willing to try. It's kind of like Doc and his hot sauce runs. He knows that it's going to burn his cornhole for the next like 24 to 48 hours, but you know, he's willing to try. A Black Friday sales simulator horror game. Is there one? You know what game there is? Needed to add a slice of pumpkin pie in there too. I literally did, Mr. Song. There was pumpkin pie in there. Pushing the boundaries of your intestines. Maybe you should blend up a bunch of them beans instead. Oh God, I don't know which one. Oh, the Baldock noodles. I've done those before. Yep, really bad. Really, really bad. So anyway, that was fun. That was a good time. That was great for everybody. So we have one more stream for the month, friends. That stream is on Sunday. The last stream of the month before we move into December. What did it taste like? You know what it was? It wasn't even as much the taste. Although the taste was really strange, it was the texture. Flash is a princess. I suck with spicy food, man. I still do it. I just, my tolerance level sucks. It was the texture. That was really gross. Could you say that the turkey Flash gobbled that smooth? I hope you fall down, but just enough to like hurt your knee without making it bleed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to like be in a lot of pain, but enough pain that you're like, this sucks. Like when you drop your knee down on the street and you accidentally hit a pebble. You know what I mean? Sneeze while eating spaghetti. That's a hell of a thing to wish on somebody. Although that'd be really funny to watch. I'll tell you, there is a game. Someone was asking me the other day. They were asking me about simulator games, and they were asking if I like them. I'm like, yeah, it depends. We've done simulator games here before, and I said, there's one coming that I definitely want to play. There is I think it's called Retro Rewind, Retro Rewind, which is like a old video store simulator. I want to play that. Sounds like the curse. I hope you hit your funny bone, right? Did you at least have pizza tonight for dinner? No, I didn't because of all the Thanksgiving stuff. We decided to do pizza when I did the Wednesday stream. Yeah. Play the demo? I got to check out the demo. I got to do the demo. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I want to do it. I know the full game comes out, I think, next year, technically. I think. Oh, my Lanta. All right. Well, that was fun. My stomach feels weird. Water Park Simulators Health. That was a lot of fun. We did play that a few times. That was a blast. I did enjoy it. That one I even played off stream to upgrade my park a lot. Q2 of next year. Damn. That's a long time. I'm fine. Need some Tums. I just need to get rid of the taste too. 20% off. Nice. Listen, I don't back down for what I say I'm going to do. I never back down. Never. What? 4 to 7 months. Yeah. Now you want a turkey? Do it. Do it. I love turkey. I honestly wish that we had turkey more times throughout the year. This year went by in a flash. I got to figure out what we're going to do on Sunday. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I got to figure out about December things. I need to do some planning. Wrapping up, aren't you? Yeah. We're at the tail end. It's midnight my time. Actually, I'm glad you said that. I like the sides more than the actual turkey. You know, I could get down with that. I think the sides are probably my favorite part too. But I love the turkey though. If you have a good turkey with some good gravy. Christmas tree? Oh yeah. Oh, the Christmas tree will be here. Yes, absolutely. After I usually put the tree in the room starting December 1st. So unfortunately, Pam might have to hit the bricks, or I move her somewhere else back there. And yeah, we put like a little Christmas hat on her or something. How about a Flash Eats random blended crap stream? Just random crap. Just, reach left and right, whatever you find. Put it in the damn blender. She can be the tree topper. I could have her peeking behind the tree. That could be good. Pam with a Christmas hat would be great. I'll look at it. I'll see what I can do. You had prime rib for Thanksgiving? Oh, that sounds great. I saw a picture of somebody else that had prime rib for Thanksgiving. Dude, it looks so good. What are you talking about? There's no Pam back there. One of those neon lights that you have on the wall that looks awesome. Oh, this one? Oh, get it. Oh, dude, they're great. I do love it. I'm still talking to the company about getting a newer one. Have it every year? That sounds good. A Wheel of Demos stream. 30 minutes per game? Oh, God. You mean like every 30 minutes play a new demo? Oh, geez. Like a demo speed run. I don't know if I could do it. I squirrel too much. Now, I don't take forever to play games, but I think I squirrel too much. I wouldn't be able to get invested enough, I think, for 30 minutes. Did you miss the drink? Probably for the better, Gracie. I'd say you lucked out. Be super interesting. There are a bunch of demos I want to try. I'm not against that idea. Oh, thank you. Blondie, thank you. Good old ADHD. I'm not diagnosed though. We assume there might be something there. Play a lot of Sims. I was going to say good. Yeah, you're good. My cat laying on my laptop. You should be thankful of your damn cat. Jam pack for PS1. What is that? For the 12-hour? What 12-hour? Although we do, listen, for December, we do have a couple things going on. So December, at the very least, the birthday stream, which is more low key. My birthday's in December, but that's more of just a, hey, it's my birthday. We just stream like normal. My partnerversary is usually the bigger of the streams of the year. Was a disc they sent out, lots of demos. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I've got to set the date for it. I just need to make sure that it's on a good day. The actual partnerversary is on the 26th of December, which is why I don't normally do it on the 26th of December. So we will figure it out. You know what shirt I've had on underneath of this the entire time? The shirt that I got from Kinetic. I was ready for them hands all stream, and I got it first time out. It's like Superman. Diagnosed. I forget to take my meds. Oh, God. Don't do that. If they give you the meds, don't do that. Oh, shit. Oh. I wasn't paying attention. It's not black. Jerk, trust me. Trust me. I know. I have reached out to them so many times about some of the merch that they have where I like the design, but they don't have it on a black t-shirt. It pisses me off. It pisses me off. I'm like, dude, I would love that shirt, but it's not black. This one I wore because I wanted to wear a white shirt underneath this. That's why. Any word about a replacement mug for Nell's Diner Box? No, not yet. I'm hoping that they reach out soon. The merch, listen, after tonight's stream, the merch will be disabled again, as in for the public. So after tonight, this will be gone. But we did reach it, so we will spin it. I don't think you've ever seen you with white before. I have worn, listen, last stream I had the pizza hoodie. This stream I got this one. Not last, you know what I mean? Yeah. Whenever I draw the designs, I draw in black since I know that's what you like. It makes life so much easier. You know? All right. So we need to figure out who is going to win said things. So let us do the giveaway spin to figure it out. No, this is not a 100K celebration. Got the hoodie. Hell yeah. All right, let's do this. Limited time merch giveaway. Well, we can't do turkey. We have to do something else because I have turkey as an actual command right now. We need another word. Smoothie? Oh my God. Stuffing. Egg. Pie. You know what? I like the word pie. That's a good word. That's a good word. We're going pie. Exclamation point pie. For no other reason other than making you say the word pie. And I'll give you guys 60 seconds, and then whoever wins will spin the wheel and see what you get from the limited time merch wheel. Lame. What? Pie's lame? How dare you, Phoenix? How dare you? I love pie. Love pie. Dude, we had a bunch of pies that were available for Thanksgiving. We had a chocolate and a peanut butter that my wife made. And I got a slice of each, and I was taking a bite of both of them together whenever I was eating it. Oh, bro, it's like Reese's. Stacy, thank you for the 16-month Prime, friend. Exclamation point pie. Oh, make sure you type it out. It might not read it from the sub thing. You read everything I say out of order. It's how I see it. My grandma gave me a whole pumpkin pie to take home. Oh, nice. I like pumpkin pie. Peanut butter pie is good. My wife makes an awesome chocolate one, though. And then there was a big old apple pie there. I'm sorry you can't read goods then. Hey, I do best reading when hard times. Stuff. All right. You guys have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All go. Oh, you were not calling pie lame. Okay, good. Sorry. I'm sorry. We're good then. We're good. We're cool. We're Gucci. All right, whoever wins this, we're going to spin the wheel to see what they get from the limited merch wheel. Hopefully it's an actual person. Hey, look who it is. Well. if it's not the imposter. GG's, Blondie. GG's. GG's, friend. Let us see what it is that you're going to win. All right. Spin it to win it. Apron. Yeah. Let's go. I know there were so many that had any. I know. Let's go. Wear it like a tattoo. All right. Let me write that down, friend. Allow me. That way we don't forget. All right. Apron, done and done. Done and done. Absolutely, friend. Of course, of course, of course. Has some pumpkin pie in the fridge. Nice. Okay. Cool beans. All right, friends. I know where we're going. Let us get out of here. Almost ordered the apron too, but I doubt that I ever have an opportunity to wear it. Listen. Cooking's not all of our strong suit. It's not mine. I try my best. Are you wearing different glasses? No, they're the same. Same ones. Brush your teeth? Oh, hell yeah. Like 3 times. 3 times over. All right, let me make sure they're still cooking. If they're still cooking, then we'll get over there. Smoothie round? Yeah. Ugh. That immediately like hit my stomach in such a weird way. All right. Friends, if you're a follower, that one's for you. If you are if you're a sub, the next one's for you. If you're a creepy tier 3, then that is for you. Let me make sure stuff and things are happening, all right? No, we're not going to a cooking stream. No. Although that would be really, really funny. We are not going to a cooking stream. No, thank you guys. I appreciate you. If you guys had the opportunity to join the games tonight, thank you for always joining and always being awesome. The viewer games are always so freaking fun, man. Too good. Too good. Drunk cooking stream? I gotta be honest, dude. I've only ever been like drunk on stream like a couple of times ever. Not very often. I don't drink very often, to be real with you. Is also creepy. Listen here, dude. Listen here, dude. All right. Again, I'm just trying to make sure of stuff and things before we go anywhere. It isn't fun. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if my wife and I go drink or we're with friends or something like that, then I'll enjoy myself. But for the most part, not very often. The reason for it is because the next day is so rough for me. It's like my recovery time sucks. Had a martini the other night and remember why I don't. I'm guessing it hits you the same way. Yeah, the recovery time is just not fun. It's socially, but that's rare. Yeah, same here. Nothing against it. I do it sometimes. When do those go into effect? So it's a matter of I'm actually reaching out to the blur people to try to figure out what's going on because I've tried to set a couple of them and they have not been working. Or it doesn't appear to be working. So I'm trying to talk to them right now to figure it out. But once I talk to them, then hopefully it'll be happening soon. All right. Cool beans. All right. Friends, let us get out of here. Thank you guys so much for an amazing stream. We have one more stream this month. One more. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next stream. I'm not even sure what I'm doing yet, but we'll figure it out. Peace. Goodbye.